Yeah, welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live. Unusual Friday afternoon edition. So if you're on the way home, you're sitting in rush hour traffic, turn on the Format Podcast, sit back, relax, chill. Don't relax too much if you're driving, but just chill. Enjoy it while Transformer and I kick it and talk to you about some sports. All right, that's the plan. Transformer, what's good, my man? How are you?
Man, I'm good, bro. It's random show, but man, some things are happening. News is happening. Yes. Drops. Game 1 of the finals has upon us. We had time to digress and review.
Yeah.
NFL talks. We got Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers officially. Yeah. We got USA versus the world and the All-Star game coming up, man. Look, good things, man. Good things. How about you, man? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I cannot complain. I'm excited. Like you said the greatest thing, man. We get to talk a little bit of football today.
Talk a little foosball, man.
So foosball. My mama say. So we get to talk some football. That's always good. That is always good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. Let's shout out the members of the channel before we get started. First, of course, number one member of the channel. Shout out Laker Nation, host of the Be Ready Sports Podcast. In order to be ready, you got to stay ready.
Stay ready.
Stay ready. Shout out to Laker Nation, man, doing a great job over there on his show. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, Baltimore Bruce, what's good, Bruce? How you doing, man? Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. Chief Sid Bubba, shout out to you. Shout out to the boys from Annapolis. You're not gonna say the thing?
Anchors away, my boy. Anchors away. All right, we good.
All right. Shout out to those boys from Annapolis, man. Y'all earned that. And of course, shout out to our guy. It's not that serious. What's going on? It's not that serious. How you doing, brother? So, as Transformer said, man, we've got some pretty good topics today. Normally, when we do just a random show like this, it's normally just on one topic. But since we had a few, we said, let's give the people what they want. Let's go ahead and let's drop it on them. So we're going to go ahead, do the little spiel, and then we'll be right back. And we're going to talk some sports, y'all. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in the Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you. Yes. All right. So, Transformer, you ready to get to it? You ready to talk these sports, man?
Yes, sir, man. Let's go ahead and get it cracking.
Let's do it. So obviously last night, game 1 of the NBA Finals, Pacers and Thunder. And if you were with us, we did a live watch party last night, and we talked our way through it. Us, our guy Sneed, we had a couple of call-ins, and that game was something, right? And one of the biggest things that we talked about getting into these NBA Finals was the fact that we were dealing with 2 small market teams. Hey, good afternoon, Love and Aries, Mr. Realist. How you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. So one of the things we talked about was that last night was with 2 small market teams in the finals that the ratings would suffer. But we also, if you remember, said that we expected to see some great basketball, and see great basketball we did. It wasn't great basketball all the way through, but we saw a thriller, down the stretch.
Thriller in Manila?
Third quarter. Nah, not in Manila.
Okay. All right.
But no, we definitely saw a thriller. The Pacers were down by as many as 15 in the game, twice, I believe.
Yep.
But OKC could never quite put them away. And as you see, the Pacers were able to come back and literally steal one on the Thunder's home floor. Tyrese Haliburton with the amazing game winner with less than a second left. Just absolutely incredible stuff, man. Transformer, talk to me, man. You've had about a day to kind of, digest it all. Pause. What do you think?
I
said pause.
I know you did, but still, you gotta.
All right.
All right.
You can't say anything anymore.
It's a tale of two halves. It was truly a tale of two halves. The Pacers came in to that first half. They had 20 turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, that's the big one.
And what you saw from OKC, they were playing the passing lanes. They were being real aggressive on ball, but still coming up with steal after steal after steal, forcing turnover after turnover after turnover. But the one thing we didn't see from OKC was the ability to put the ball in the basket. And I was saying that at the beginning of the show. I'm like, hey, despite these turnovers, the Pacers are still within distance, right? They didn't have OKC didn't put enough in between them for Indiana to be like, all right, man, let's go ahead and wrap this one up, right? And let's go ahead and focus on the next game. But Indiana, man, and Rick Carlisle, he kept those guys poised. He kept those guys efficient. And in the second half, he only committed 5 turnovers. So that's one hell of a difference when you go from 20 in the first half to 5 in the second half. And now you're making shots, right? You're making shots. And OKC could never make shots. They shot 39.8% from the field, 36.7% from three, despite having 16 extra chances at the basket, right?
That's crazy, isn't it?
That's not going to work, right?
No,
your defense and your offense need to match. I'm not going to say that they needed to route them by 30, but you at least want to put a comfortable amount of cushion in there, especially before you get to the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, that is not when we need to go cold from 3. So that's what I saw, man. Truly a tale of two halves. Shout out Rick Carlisle. Shout out the Indiana Pacers for just staying poised and really outperforming the OKC in the second half. They only scored 45 points in the first half. They scored 66 points in the second half. The OKC's, 53 points in the second half. That'll get it done, right? That'll get it done, right? Other than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you're going to need some help, right? You're going to need some help. You can't have Chet Holmgren in your starting lineup and he's only giving you 6 points. You got Cason Wallace. No, he's not a scorer, but he's only giving you 6 points. Your bench not giving you much production outside of Alex Caruso with a couple of buckets, and Hartenstein. I didn't even notice Hartenstein didn't start until I did a review. I'm like, damn, Hartenstein didn't start? He started all season. All season, all playoffs, Hartenstein started. And so now you see what happens because you go back and you look at the rebounds. They out-rebounded them by 17, Indiana. Right? So not only if you were to keep those turnovers high, like keep them turning over the ball, but if you match their rebound effort, right? Not saying you got to get 57, 58, but if you can match it with 50, 51, those are extra chances at the basket. So you're allowing Indiana with extra chances at the basket. You allow them to clean up their game, and you allowed them to shoot very efficiently, 47.6% from the field, 46.2% from the three. Indiana, you'll get it done. You'll get it done. So, again, man, the Pacers, they stayed poised, and in the second half, it was a tale of two different halves when it came to them, man, and they pulled out a game winner. Haliburton. What the Holly?
Man.
What the Holly?
Man, listen. What the
hell? Man.
Wow.
Bucket.
What can you say?
The boys are closing bucket. The man quiet the whole game.
Yeah.
Like, what does Ahmad Shumpert say about Kobe Bryant? They're like, man, you've been regular all game. Now he's coming down. He throw the ball off the backboard back to himself and kick it out to Paul Gasol. And I'm like, yo.
Where was all that? right.
So, man, he literally was regular all game, but in the big moments, man, Haliburton stepped in and knocked down yet another buzzer beater. I believe that's the second one of the playoffs.
Fourth.
Is it fourth? Well, I know he has the one on the Giannis and them, and then the one against this one. I'm not counting the one against New York. That wasn't a buzzer. That wasn't a game winner. Well, it is a buzzer beater.
Well, the graphic I saw was 4, and he's got 4 in this playoff run alone. And I think he's.
Are they counting the New York one?
I can't remember which one it was. I saw the graphic that says he's got 4 in this playoff run, but since '97, he's tied with Reggie Miller for second most, and he's got 5. And then LeBron has 8.
He has another one against Cleveland. He had another one against Cleveland.
There you go.
So he had Cleveland. Every single series, he's hit a buzzer beater. Every single series, he's hit a buzzer beater.
Tough, man.
At least 3 of them were game winners. Like the game was over after he made the shot. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Okay, young disciple, we said it's 4 go-ahead buckets in 5 seconds or less is what you're talking about.
Right, but I was saying since '97, that was the graphic that we saw. I think we saw that last night. Since '97, LeBron leads with 8, and then in the playoffs, and then Reggie Miller and Haliburton are tied with 5 at second.
That's nasty, man.
That is nasty.
He's only been in the playoffs twice? Oh no, 3 times.
Yeah,
I think it's his 3rd playoff run. Maybe. I think it's his 3rd. I think he made the playoffs before last season.
Could be.
I think he got bounced in the 1st round or something like that.
Could be.
But yeah. Wow, man. Haliburton, man. Shout out to that dude, man. Just true shout out to that dude. Staying locked in and really when the shot mattered and the game mattered, everybody on Indiana's court knew who's getting the ball. The moment the ball got turned over, come on.
Give me that.
I'm taking us home.
Yeah.
I'm taking us home. They effed up. They effed up. Yeah.
And so even before, obviously, Haliburton he's gonna get the bulk of the credit, and that's just that's the nature of how things go in terms of playing and making these big shots in these big time moments, right? So I get it, but remember what we also said when we were talking last night during the live show is how Carlisle, being a championship level coach and player, he was going to be a guy that was going to be able to make the adjustments, and lo and behold, he did a great job, because it's the same thing that you said just a few minutes ago. Even with all the turnovers in the first half, they were still always within striking distance, right?
Yeah.
They never let the game quite get away from them. And then when they were able to go ahead, reel them back in, they did just that. They reeled them back in, made the stops when they needed them. And in fairness, SGA had an opportunity to put the game away as well, but he missed. And that's, off of that rebound, that's when Haliburton came down and did the thing. So, so much respect for what the Pacers were able to do. And that was huge, stealing one from the Thunder in this first game. But I think we also know, the Pacers are different, but I think we've also seen when the Thunder get beat, what they come back and do. So the Pacers better be prepared for a well-motivated, excited, and angry Thunder team in game 2. So they got to be careful they don't get run out the damn building in that one.
Yeah, I'm not going to bank on OKC shooting below 40% and below 37% from 3.
Right.
You're not going to bank on it, right?
That's
you know that their defense is legit, right? You know that they're a point of attack. Wherever the ball's going, we're going. We're sending 2 bodies at Siakam, and we're putting Lou Dort on Haliburton. So that's going to happen again. If I'm them, put Hartenstein back in that lineup. You obviously see that resulted in a disaster, right? Put him back in that lineup. Put him back on the glass. Keep them joints warm, and then you sprinkle in Holmgren, and hopefully he can start knocking down more baskets. 6 points from
is not enough.
From Holmgren is not nearly enough. You're 7-3, bro.
Right.
Get in there and get buckets.
Yeah.
Miles Turner was in foul trouble, so your second person coming off their bench for the Indiana, they ain't challenging you like that. Get in there and get some buckets, man. Yeah.
You know what I say is crazy about that is that, what's up, young disciple? What I think is crazy about that is, and we looked at it right before we got on the air, you and I, how the Pacers had 6 players in double figures, and they shot 47.6% from the floor. And that's crazy, because if we know, Oklahoma City this year has had like a historically great defense. They've had one of the best defenses in the last 15 years. So we know what they can do defensively. But I think, again, I definitely think the Pacers have the superior coach, and clearly they have been tested, and they don't believe that anyone can put them away. They feel like no matter how far down we are, we can always come back and win this game. And they also, much like Jalen Brunson, they think, we got Mr. Halley at the end of a game, we can win, because he's seen it time and time again. Yeah,
get me there.
Get him there, and then put the ball in his hands, and we've seen it time and time again. But on the flip side of this, right, when it comes to OKC, Chet Holmgren only had 6 points, right, and that he's been a solid contributor all year. He only has 6 points, and they lost by 1. So if you get a half decent game from him, you win comfortably, right? And then, of course, what you're going to get from SGA. You're going to get that. Maybe instead of 38, though, from SGA, maybe they get 30, and Jalen Williams gives you 22. That's another recipe for winning, winning by a few baskets. So, we know what SGA can do.
He shot poorly. He shot below 33%.
Who's this? Jalen Williams. Yeah, 19, right.
He didn't shoot pretty well. Yeah.
Do we anticipate that that's going to be what it is going forward? I don't think so.
No.
Right.
No.
So I just think they need just a little more well-rounded contribution from their role players, Oklahoma City, that is. And then, just when you have a chance to put your foot on their neck, you got to put your foot on their neck.
You got to. And I'm pretty sure OKC is looking at this game like, what happened? Right? Like we were dominating on defense. We just couldn't put the ball in the basket. Like we were creating 25 turnovers, 20 turnovers in the first half. If you're playing, give me a solid team. You're playing Denver, they're probably throwing you out the door. Like it's Jokic and Jamal Murray, they're gonna get hot. And them boys, you create that many turnovers, you're giving them that many extra possessions, they're gonna put the ball in the basket. You're playing. I'm gonna go old school teams here. The Golden State Warriors. Even before KD. Oh, you give Steph and Clay more possessions like that?
Right.
Easy day. We're blowing you out.
That's
like it's an easy day. We're turning this into a night show. But it truly, man, it goes to show the tale of two halves, man. I know we were talking about coaches. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
I think I'm frozen. Okay, there we go.
No, you're not frozen. You're good.
Okay. I know we were talking about players on the court that had no championship experience, but we forget Rick Carlisle is a champion.
Yeah.
Right? We forget he's a champion. Like the Dallas Mavericks, he beat the Miami Heat in 2011. Right? So that happened. I mean, 2010. No, 2011. So 2011, he beat the Miami Heat. So he has championship caliber with the Dallas team that had a hot freaking Jason Terry and Dirk Nowitzki. We know what he is. And those boys over there. So we've seen him get it done with less to beat a superior team as far as talent, right? So this is just no different, right? You only got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's really your biggest superstar.
Yeah.
But other than that, I got 6 guys that can get me in double figures. You guys can all spread the ball around, get each and every one of you get involved and not turn the ball over. We got a chance in every ball game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they know that. But again, now we're going to see in game 2 if Indiana mess around and woke the giant. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to find out. I think he won with them as a player, Edward. I don't know about it. I don't think as an assistant, but I believe he won once with them as a player.
He did. Rick Carlisle?
Yeah.
Yeah. He won one as a player.
I think that's kind of that's the relationship between he and Bird, because they were teammates in Boston together.
Crazy work. So where does this put? If okay, this is game 1, so we're not finna over exaggerate game 1.
No,
that's not what we're gonna do. We're not finna over exaggerate game 1. Still a series, right? If Shea loses this series, though, hypotheticals, right? Where does that put him as far as best in the league?
If you say if he loses the series, it's hard because it's hard to say because in the sports media we're so often prisoners of the moment, right? And so if he loses, all of a sudden it's going to be like everything he accomplished all year was worth nothing. But at the same time, when you start talking down the road about historical placement and all of that, these losses have to come into effect, right? There's only one guy who somehow the losses don't matter. But when it comes to SGA, if he loses this year, I'm not going to say this season was a waste, but it's really going to be a mega disappointment, right? Because if he wins, he's going to be in very, very elite company. So if he loses, man, where is that going to put him in terms of best players in the league? I don't think it knocks him out of top 5 best players in the league, but people are going to be like, this was, if he doesn't win, that was a really wasted, seemingly all-time great season in terms of what he was able to accomplish.
Okay. So top 5, that put him in front or behind Jokic at least?
If he doesn't win, he's going to end up being behind Jokic because I wouldn't say that because he actually defends. And so many people are obsessed with the triple-double basketball and so many people don't care about defense. But to me, he's already ahead of Jokic. I feel that. I think Giannis is also ahead of Jokic, but, a lot of people will call me crazy. But when you play both sides of the ball, that means more to me. SGA, that's a tough one. He probably would still remain top 3 in the league, depending on how your top 3 shakes out. I would assume that for most people currently, not all time, of course, but currently the top 3 is some order of Jokic, Giannis, and SGA, right? I would assume that for most people. What do you think? Just currently.
Currently. He has it. Right? I mean, if we're looking at current, look at current. Biggest name, biggest face. He got to the highest level. Where's Jokic? Where's Giannis? Right? What did they do this season? How did they perform this season? So Jokic got his coach fired, and lost to the same OKC
I don't think he got his coach fired. Do you think he did?
I believe superstars always got a hand in it. They just don't say it.
Okay.
They always got a hand in it. Now, granted, it may not be their decision, but I'm pretty positive. A GM, owner, they're coming to you, superstar. Hey, man, we about to get rid of your coach. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they asked him, but I think Jokic was probably, this is my opinion. And, I'm no Jokic defender, but I feel like Jokic was probably like, whatever you feel is best for the team. You know what I'm saying? I think that was probably the response he gave. I don't think he stood up for him, but I also don't think he tried to get him up out of there. You know what I mean?
Not sticking up for him is the same thing.
Okay.
For me personally.
I can see
you don't
that.
stick up for your coach, it's the same thing as saying, "Oh, if you want him gone, he can go."
Yeah.
Right? You don't have faith in him. Because if you did, you would say, no, I mean, why? Why are we thinking about getting rid of him? What's happening that I'm not seeing as a superstar? What am I seeing, right? And apparently there was a lot of talks about how Mike Malone was treating Westbrook. It's all about him. Like everybody was like, well, why he getting all this treatment? And why is Mike Malone giving him all this love? And we over here, we're on the same court. Hey man, he works hard. He works hard every possession. Now, granted, his style of play is a style of play, but Mike Malone loves that about veterans. Like, he's out there and he's grinding every play.
Old school coaches really respect that.
Yeah. So he puts them in the upper echelon. Like it goes Jokic, Jamal Murray, Westbrook. The rest of y'all, until I see y'all working as hard, I'll treat y'all the same way. And I partially think that was, but then on top of that, I say that all to say, they do come to Jokic. And if Jokic doesn't back the coach up, that's the same thing as saying and getting fired. Because you're one of the ultimate sayers and like, hey, no, we ain't doing that. Why? Because they mad. They'll be all right. Trade him. Mike Malone got me a chip. I got a chip with him just 2 seasons ago. Right. What are we doing? We ain't Frank Vogel in this mess. Like, nah, bro, you about to mess up something that's pretty good. Because now who's our replacement?
What's his name? Rick Adelman's son, David Adelman.
I mean, I'm saying at the time.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. But yeah. So I would say Shea. He's going to be currently the top dog in the league still. Because like I said, he got the highest, and Indiana doesn't have a top dog, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Haliburton, not a superstar. This conversation about him being a superstar is just ridiculous. He's hot right now.
By the end of this, if he gets the job done, he will be.
He can be a star. I would say he would definitely be a star. Passing all-star, just not quite superstar. Superstar is when you're transcendent. You're transcendent when you're a superstar. When you're on that floor, you're feared. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Jokic, Giannis, Luka Doncic. You're on the court. They're on the court. Boy, I got to change my whole game plan. When you go on the bench, I'm thanking God. Like, boy, all right, give us a break, right? Tyrese, to me, doesn't do that quite yet. He's very efficient. He controls the tempo. He has a slow pace, but he's one hell of a clutch player. One hell of a clutch closer. One hell of a bucket getter when you need it. He's going to get it. That's not quite yelling superstar, but it is yelling star to me. It is yelling star.
That's fine.
Don't.
I'm good. I'm good, man. Don't stop, man. I'm good. I'm telling.
But no, I like this. This matchup is going to be more than I thought. I had OKC in 5. Still could happen if they run a table. But
I had OKC in 6.
Yeah, OKC in 6. That's fair. But Indiana, OKC decided for the first game of the finals to do something different. Why do something different when that's how you got here?
I have no idea. No idea. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
And then for it to just flat out blow up in your face because Chet Holmgren wasn't doing anything. Defensively, getting some stops, altering some shots.
Yeah.
But I need you to give me 15 points, Bubba. Like, I know Shea, like, bro, come on, man. You're 7'3". What are you doing? You ain't Rudy Gobert. You can put the ball on the floor.
Yeah, 2 of 9 from the floor. That's not going to get it done.
It's not going to get it done, man. So in Hartenstein, I believe he had 9 points. He came off the bench and produced
3 of 5. Yeah.
3 of 5. You know what I mean? So he produced more off the bench. Put Hartenstein back in that lineup. Go back to your strength or what got you here. And let's see if you guys can repeat the same thing. Because I believe defensively, you could do the exact same thing you did to Indiana in the first half. But now you can get better rebounding production with Hartenstein, right? You can definitely get much better rebound production, and you could definitely get better offensive production, in my opinion. That's my opinion. But, yeah.
Yes, Edward, we're saying that if he finishes, he's not a superstar. Why are you so quick to anoint everybody, man? No, he's not going to be a superstar. Part of being a superstar is not just what you do on the floor. It's the other part. It's do people tune in to see you? Do people game plan against you? You know, do you move the needle off the court with all the other stuff? Like, unfortunately, that's part of being a superstar as well. And I don't really see Tyrese Haliburton having that, at least not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
Like, even if he wins, but then he goes and has another great year next year, like, okay, cool. Now then he'll kind of get into that. You know, that superstar.
Right now, he's trending up. We know that for sure. He's definitely trending up. Voted most overrated player. He was down here. And now he's turning that and like, hey, and he's shooting through the roof. But I'm not yet ready to call him a superstar.
Correct.
Different. Right.
Correct. Yeah, so this game one was definitely a shocker. The last thing I wanted to point to before we go ahead and take some calls is the fact that the turnovers, man, how many times the Pacers turned the ball over and still won this game. And that's another thing we talked about last night, right? Despite all those first half turnovers, they were still right there and, you know, not letting the game get away from them. That is really, really credit to the Pacers, you know, resilience, as well as Rick Carlisle's coaching, man. Just outstanding job.
It is. And I believe you mentioned it during the show, man. So shout out to you. You said you saw the tape and you was like, man, he's repeating exactly what I'm saying. If y'all stop turning the ball over, we'll be in these ball games.
Right.
Like, that's exactly what they did, man. They limited the turnovers, minus 15 on the turnovers in the second half, and you was able to get in, and you were down 15. You were down 15. Now you're minus 15 on the turnovers, and look what happened, man. You was in shouting distance, and you got it done, man. So hey, that's when you show championship coach.
Yeah. OKC, this is per Skip Bayless. He tweeted this. OKC won the turnover battle 24-6. Thunder took 16 more shots than Pacers, but Pacers made 7 more threes, 6 in the fourth to none for OKC. That's how you lead finals game one for the first time with 3 seconds left, and how you steal game one in OKC. Great points.
Wow. Indiana has won game one in all 3 series.
Ooh.
Game 1 and game 2.
Well, that's why they're where they are, right?
Yep. They won game 1, game 2. They always lose the first game at home, but then after that, they follow it up with another win. They've yet to go down. They've yet to be up less than 3-1 this entire playoff series.
Okay. There you go.
They beat Milwaukee in 5. So that's 4-1. They beat Cleveland in 5. That's 4-1. And they beat New York in 6.
Right.
You know, so other than that, that's been it, man. They're truly they locked in. They're locked in. I mean, the most shocking development of the playoffs is the Indiana Pacers. Most shocking.
Yeah,
we had New York, Cleveland, Boston.
So
that was it.
That's so funny because when we did our picks and our previews and whatnot, if you remember, I'm not ashamed to say how wrong I was about this. I had Milwaukee beating Indiana in the first round.
I think I did too.
And boy, was I wrong, right?
No. When did Dame get hurt?
Dame got hurt in maybe like game 3 or something like that.
Okay, so I had Milwaukee too. I was about to say I don't see myself picking Milwaukee if Dame is already out, but yeah, I'm more than likely had Milwaukee as well. So that's fair.
So yeah. But all right, let's go ahead and let's open up the phone lines. We'll take 2 calls on this NBA Finals game 1, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Y'all know number 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. Let's take a couple calls. But yeah, it's definitely surprising. And what I am interested to see is how the ratings were last night and how they will be going forward.
Yeah.
I love that song. What's up, Edward?
How y'all fellas doing on this lovely Friday?
Doing all right, brother. Doing all right.
That's good, brother. That's good, man. Transformer, how you doing, man? How you got on a hoodie, bro? And it's like 85 or some degrees down there in Jack.
I make the sun sweat.
Damn.
Bars. Gotcha.
Damn.
That's how hot I am.
Okay. I got you, brother. I got you. So, Bruce, man, I'm going to say this, get all this crap, I ain't going to say crap, get this all out the way. Bruce, I was just about to get ready to sit in the chair and get chopped until you said what you said. I just, with the kindness of my heart, I let somebody jump in front of me. And
what you
I was
about,
like, all right. Then after you said that if SGA doesn't win this year, finish the job, he'll still be ahead of the Joker because he played both sides of the floor, and we got a guy who's a 3-time MVP and a champion, a final champion, and he's triple double. So I'm like, wow. Okay,
play defense, and then I will rate him for all that. Play defense.
Yeah, Steals is a part of defense.
Is that what you call here for? To whine about Jokic?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
And,
Say getting his Keith sweat on for Jokic.
I guess so.
hey, if it's, I'm gonna do it for Tyrese too. But then my brother said what he said. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow, man.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, let me just say this here. I think championship. Okay, Rick Carlisle, he was a champion. I think in 1986, he won with y'all Celtics, and as a coach, I mean, he been there. I mean, I think that really matters. I mean, of course, Pascal, he's the only player that's on that team, that's on the court that won with Toronto. And I think Alex Caruso, he won the bubble, which they discredit that one from OKC. And I agree with y'all 100% when they should have just started Isaiah Hartenstein, but I guess they was trying to play small ball with the Pacers. And
but you didn't do it all season. All season long. That's never been a problem.
Yeah, but they see how the Pacers can run people out the gym, so I think they just try to make an adjustment, anticipating what the Pacers would try to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, they should have stuck with that, but they were trying to play the small ball. I'm like, nah, this is not Golden State. Nah, this is not going to happen. Speaking of, so that's what I wanted to say, get on out of the way. Speaking of Golden State, so, fellas, let me ask y'all this. Before Steph Curry became Steph Curry, did y'all consider him a superstar?
No. Why would you?
Okay. When he won his first championship, did y'all consider him as a superstar?
No. I mean, I liked him since Davidson, from what I saw, but I don't think I consider him a superstar. No.
So why we can't say? Okay, the reason I say this is because, like, for Tyrese Haliburton for doing what he's doing, I mean, nobody did not see this coming with the Pacers.
Still doesn't make you a superstar.
That doesn't.
Let me finish, Bruce. The reason I'm saying that because, like, we got Steph Curry he's a superstar. They looked at him as a superstar when he won his first chip. And I'm like, dang. And then plus I was gonna say Dirk Nowitzki. Was he ever a superstar?
Yes.
Oh man,
just low key.
Yeah.
But yes, Dirk was that guy in Nowitzki in Dallas. Yeah, he was a superstar.
Okay, and the reason I say that is because, so Bruce, you know how historic you is. Let's just say Tyrese Haliburton stay on this trajectory, being what he's doing. Would you consider a superstar like a high-scoring person and less assists for a point guard? Is he being a traditional point guard? Do you have a problem with him being a traditional point guard?
No, I love traditional point guards. Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, John Stockton, Jason Kidd. I love traditional point guards. Prime Rondo, Celtic Rondo.
Do you see him being?
He's in his prime with us too.
Being on that
My bad, go ahead, brother.
Do you see him being as that type of point guard? He's keeping it as a traditional point guard. He doesn't have to give you a lot of points. But he can give you double an assist.
I mean, what are you asking? Are you asking what I would prefer or what I think he's going to be?
Is that what he's going to be if he stays on this trajectory? Like, would you consider that being a superstar?
What I think you're missing, Edward, is being a superstar is not just what happens on the floor. There's more to it than that. And so I get what you're saying, but what I noticed with you, like you're very quick to anoint people. Like you want people to be the face of the league. You want people to be a superstar. Like just chill and let Haliburton do what he's doing. He's not a superstar yet, though.
Because I'm still waiting to figure out how Steph Curry got compared to this.
Well, the reason Steph Curry got in is because we looked at him as a superstar when he won his first championship.
What did he do before that?
He didn't do absolutely.
He won the MVP.
Okay,
he won the most valuable player of the year.
Oh yeah, that helps.
Okay, okay, that helped, but it wasn't helping for him. But we still consider him as a superstar when he did not win the first finals.
Because
he didn't win NBA Finals MVP though.
He was a superstar. He was still a superstar. Why? He changed the game that season.
Mm-hmm.
You had to go check him.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at why he wasn't Finals MVP, you would see what Cleveland was doing to him. I mean, not Cleveland. Who was they played? They played the first finals. That wasn't Cleveland. That was
It was Cleveland.
It was Cleveland.
It was Cleveland? Okay.
It was Cleveland.
Yeah. If you look at what they had to do, they made sure Steph wasn't the reason why they won.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I call superstar. I gotta change the whole game because you're in it. Steph was moving the needle that much that they were that concerned. Steph Curry was the MVP that year.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say did he set the record that year in threes? I want to say he moved the record that year.
It was the
following year.
It was the following year when he went second MVP, undisputed, and I think he hit more like 402 or 405 threes. That set the record.
But whatever it was, he was still leading the league in 3 points, shots that season. So he was already changing the game. Get it? When I say superstar, I mean transcendent, meaning you're transcending the game into something completely different. Haliburton isn't transitioning is not moving the needle or changing that much.
Yeah.
He's not transcendent, right?
Yeah.
And my
player.
on my face. I just not remember still on there.
Okay, but he got drafted. What year was it, Bruce? If I'm not mistaken, in 2009, and he didn't get to where he was at.
2008.
Until what? 2008.
Yeah.
And
his first couple of years, he had injuries.
He got drafted in 09.
09? Okay, my bad.
It was 09, he won it. They won their first chip, and he been in the league that long, and we seeing what Tyrese Haliburton is doing.
Hold on.
5-6 years. How long has Tyrese been there?
I mean, Tyrese he got drafted in what? I know he got drafted by Sacramento, and they traded
him. He's been in the league.
Crazy, by the way.
And he's been in the league how long?
I want to say either 5 or something. But I'm saying, but he got. I ain't gonna sit there and say he got some accolades. Yes, he did not win an NBA first team, second team, or third team this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 2-time All-Star. He won an Olympic medal. Yeah, he was. He played in the expedition. He didn't play in the. He got a medal. So I ain't gonna just.
That's another reason why he's not a superstar.
This is his 7th season. I don't know what it is with this rush that we think people are supposed to walk into the league and win a chip. Like, where'd that come from? The only great one who managed to do that.
Magic
Tell me who it is, Transformer.
Magic
Say
Johnson.
Oh,
Magic Johnson.
Right. You know, the second best player of all time. But anyway.
But if he had won, if he had been what he was doing, staying on his trajectory and everything like that, if he won a MVP and all that, I would have to call him a superstar then, because if they win,
no, you won't.
You don't win. You don't get superstar status because you won the championship.
Thank you.
No, but I'm saying also if he had won a regular season finals MVP though, if he had to do that this year.
If he would have won the regular season MVP, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he had done that and they won a finals and he won the finals,
I think he still wouldn't be a superstar.
But you just said that Steph Curry was a superstar after he won his first one.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. I didn't think he was a superstar. But to transform, right? Go ahead, transform. My bad.
Yeah, I was saying he was because listen, Tyrese Haliburton, was he first, second, or even third team All NBA this year?
He was.
No, not this year. No, last year.
Last year he was All NBA third team. This year he was none of them.
You're not a superstar. You can't even make those 3 lists. You're not a superstar.
Fair enough.
That's as simple as it gets.
He made one last year though.
Which one was that?
Third team All NBA.
Third team. So you digressed as far as a regular season. So let's go ahead and knock that out the way because Steph won MVP. He was the overall top player that season. So then you go into the postseason. Now we're prisoners of the moment. Tyrese is having one hell of a postseason. He's knocking down a lot of clutch baskets, but that doesn't alone make you a superstar. Robert Horry is called Big Shot Horry. That didn't make him a superstar because he was knocking down clutch baskets.
Great point.
Put him in that.
Great point.
I'm not putting him in that category. But at the end of the day, none of us did see them getting this far.
And that's okay. That's okay. But that doesn't make you a superstar because we didn't see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make you a superstar, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fellas. That's
yeah, Edward,
I can't put you as a superstar. You can't even make 1 second or the third NBA all NBA team.
Hey, let's chill. Edward wants Jason Tatum to be the face of the league, so we don't expect anything more from him.
Bruce, yo, bro, this man is at home chilling, trying to recover, and he's playing with Lil Deuce and Deuce the third right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's chilling right now, bro. We talk about Tyrese Haliburton, but
I understand. But what I'm just trying to demonstrate that.
Okay, but he didn't win one. He didn't make it All NBA this year, but he made one last year. So he got that on notched that on his belt.
Mm-hmm.
I know he didn't do nothing this year. No, he didn't do it this year. But
when you're a superstar, you make it every year. No matter
true.
what. You're a superstar, you make it every year. Once you make it on that list, you don't fall off that list. That's
unless
a
you
superstar.
Get hurt and can't play. That's right.
That's it. And especially with the new rules, I think you got to play 65 games.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. No pushback on that. But all right, fellas, man, I'm gonna keep watching. Do y'all really have to talk about that last one?
Yes, absolutely. He's one of the biggest names in NFL history. Yes.
Man, okay, man. I'm gonna tune in and watch, man.
You better go Steelers. Go Terrible Towels, man. Go get your terrible towel and cry on it later.
Oh man, hey, appreciate the call, Edward. Thank you, man.
Man, whatever. Water, man.
Water. Yeah, he hot about this Steelers thing.
We have to stop. We have to slow down and stop being prisoners of the moment, people. This is not a diss. This is not no criticism of what Tyrese Haliburton is doing right now. He's playing unbelievable basketball. You could be an unbelievable basketball player in the moment of the playoffs and still not be a superstar. There's criteria you need to meet to be a superstar. You're hot right now. Yeah. What the hell? That's why we're saying, what the hell? Because we didn't see this at all in your first 7 years.
Right.
We didn't see this in 7 seasons. We didn't see this until the playoffs started. And now you're knocking off teams. Whoa. Great job. Bravo. But that doesn't make you a superstar, bro.
Whoa.
I'm not a prisoner of the moment. Haliburton is better than LeBron James.
Steve, you are my guy. You are my Irish brother. I love you, Steve. I can't even go with this. I can't. It's like, Steve, you make it. Don't do that, man.
No. Second team All NBA.
Me out here caping up for LeBron.
Come on, man. No.
Yeah, you went too far.
That was a bait. That was a bait one. He baited you on that one.
You think it was?
I think he baited you. Or he's trying. I think he's more so baiting me, but he didn't expect to bait you.
Because that's come on, man.
That's a little crazy.
That's not.
You let her play a troll. See, there you go.
Okay,
you let her play a troll.
You got me.
Because even nobody's thinking that. Come on now.
He got me out here caping up for LeBron. Can you believe that transfer?
Like, okay. That's
come on. I can't.
Right.
Nah, I couldn't let that go like that. That was man. We're not doing that. All right. Let's get to the next topic. You want to lead off on this one or should I?
Oh boy. Oh no, that was gonna be a pause. Oh God, you can't say nothing no more, man. Damn it. Go ahead and proceed. I will interject when you let me. Got you.
Oh, thank you, Transformer.
All right.
All right, y'all. Here's the deal, right?
ChatGPT, just make me say stuff that's not pause worthy. There you go.
Right. No, guys. So check it out. Here's the deal. We have been talking about for the last, I don't know how long, how terrible the All-Star game has been. Just the lack of competition, the lack of effort. The NBA has tried everything. The NBA tried to send in the legends, Oscar Robertson, Larry Bird, Dr. J, to talk to the players and get them to play harder. Like, I don't. You got to get those guys. But anyway, tell them, hey, have some pride. Go out there, do it for the league, do it for the fans, do it for the sponsors. All that stuff matters. But they being the players have continued to just disregard the All-Star game and not give any effort. Then what is it? This is like the fourth different thing they've tried, right? They tried that whole Elam ending thing. They tried the
hell
what
is
is
that?
it? Elam ending is some weird mathematical formula they do with like look it up while we talk. But
points is points, 2-pointers, 3-pointers, and free throws.
The Elam ending was
3%.
different though. It was something else. So they tried that, and then they tried the go away from the East-West thing and let the two leading vote getters pick their teams. Like pick up ball on the playground or whatever. Yeah. They tried to do that thing. Then they tried to do this tournament thing last year. And now they finally say again.
That one was weird. It was
weird. Right. The only good thing was when you had the All-Stars play against the Rising Stars, because the Rising Stars was going to go out there and compete to try to beat them. Yeah. And so that would force the All-Stars to play and not, allow that to happen. But now we finally have what we think, and you and I have talked about this, Transformer, could be the solution to get guys to compete, and that's national pride. Mm-hmm. And so what Adam Silver has recently announced is that going into the 2026 All-Star game, he hasn't quite figured out the format, but it's going to be USA versus the world. So the USA All-Stars versus the International All-Stars. And this, I think, I can only hope would really, push these guys in terms of national pride for the United States. And the fact that you had to go through all this to me is pathetic, but hopefully this will really motivate these guys to go out there and compete, because I can't imagine, but you shouldn't have to have gone through all this. But yeah, should be USA versus the world.
I will credit them for trying. It's not like he's not trying, right? Because it's not Adam Silver that's like going out here and playing mediocre basketball in the All-Star weekend. He's not playing. Look at him. Look at him right here. He look like he's going out there on the court. Absolutely not. He'll get murdered, right?
Yeah.
Haliburton will drop 60 on him, and he don't even do that, right? So,
right.
But I will give him credit for at least trying, man. I mean, I know those guys just trying to make up stuff, but this one, I think they hit it. I think they hit it on this one. If they keep the format, the normal format, and make them guys go out there and compete.
Yeah, don't do any tournaments or any strange endings or strange picks. Nah, don't do that. Let's get it one game, sense of urgency, the best from the States against the best from the world, and then we will see what's what. Because guys are going to be forced to play so as they don't allow the rest of the world to come over here and beat them. It's that simple. And I don't mean come over here and beat them. I mean the international stars from the NBA. It shouldn't even have had to go to all of this. That's the problem for me. And while I get you, Transformer, when you say that he's not out there playing, but he's the soft commissioner that has allowed all this stuff to happen. Because I guarantee you, the league is not looking like this if David Stern was the commissioner. I guarantee you, because he wasn't having it.
Even though I still,
I know what you're mad about. I know what you're mad about.
That's
Chris
that
Paul.
BS. Yeah, that's
Chris
that
Paul,
BS.
right?
Yeah, that's that BS. No, I still don't forgive him for that one.
Yeah, but you know why that is, right?
Yeah, he had to protect Jordan.
No. It's not that, actually. It's that, remember, at the time, the league was the owner of the Pelicans. And so they were like, if we let Chris Paul go and go over here to the Lakers, right, the Pelicans are going to have nothing, and we're not going to get any value for selling the franchise. That's what it was. We don't care. No, I understand that. I totally get it. And I'm not mad at that. I totally get it. I'm just saying that's what it was.
That could have been enough. That could have been ring number 6, possibly number 7. Then we would have definitely had the lead on the Celtics, man.
Not 1, not 2,
not 3, not 4. Kobe would have been gunning for 4. Like, hey, man, we gunning. Come on.
Yeah, that would have been
Chris
crazy.
Paul, Dwight Howard. Come on, man.
Really? Well, Chief, what you talk about, man? Dreamer's Pope got his honey ready to try to sabotage 50-year-old LeBron. What's that about, Chief? What you talking about, man?
Was it 2035 when he turns 50?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we don't need that.
So, what are your thoughts? Okay, we know international. I think that's just a gimme. That's just a gimme. Tyrese Haliburton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Victor Wembanyama. I think that's a gimme as far as the starting 5. Right? Would you agree?
I'm sorry, I was reading Steve's crazy. I apologize. One more time, man.
I have a thought on where he was going,
Mhm.
and I knew it had something to do with the WNBA and getting CC on that court. So that's why I'm ignoring Steve right now. But I'm ignoring the comments because I know where he's going.
That's
His
funny that you knew
mind,
that.
I just knew it. I'm like, he's trying to get CC on the court of the NBA. I know he is.
Right,
But anyway,
right.
we already got a gimme of who the international players will be as far as the starting lineup. We got Giannis, we got Jokic, we got Luka Doncic, we got Victor Wembanyama, we got Shai Alexander. Yeah, so that's your starting five. I think that's just cut and dry.
That's tough.
That's going to be tough. As far as the Americans, Jason Tatum is out. That's automatic, right?
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Now, who is your starting five for the USA side of basketball?
Wait a minute. Did you say Wembanyama for the international starting five? You forgot Wemby.
Yeah. I said Victor. Yeah, I said
Wembanyama. You said it?
That's my five.
Okay.
Yeah.
My apologies. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. He's at your five. Jokic is at your four. Luka's going to play the three. Shai's going to be at your one. And who else did I name? I named somebody else. I forgot the name already.
I thought the backcourt was Luka and Shai.
I missed one. Who's the other one? Giannis. Giannis will be your three.
Right.
Luka will probably go to the two, and Shai be your one.
Right. So the four is who?
Four is going to be Jokic.
Oh,
Victor's going to be your five.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got guys like Şengün and Dort coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be one. First of all, that start lineup is going to be ridiculous to deal with. Because they're a big lineup. That's going to be a big. Shai Gilgeous is 6'6". Luka's what, 6'8"?
Yeah.
Giannis 6'10", 6'11".
6'11", yeah.
6'11". Jokic an inch and a half from 7 foot. And Wemby is God knows how long, alien length, freaking 7'8".
Right.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be one long lineup to be dealing with. As far as the USA team, there's no Tatum.
Okay.
And I can see a Jaylen Brown
Brunson
and trying to get that spot.
Okay.
Brunson. Okay. We got Brunson. So that's your one.
Right.
And that's going to be arguable because Steph is still around.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Steph's still around.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Steph, who's the shooting guard? Devin Booker.
Jaylen Brown.
I think Jaylen Brown he could play small forward.
But I think you're going to put LeBron at 3. LeBron's going to be in this game.
LeBron's playing 4 now, though, right?
But they'll probably put him at 3.
Okay.
To move somebody else.
Okay.
Now, a question: what would they put Embiid if he's healthy? Is he going to be overseas, or they're going to count him as American?
He's a citizen, but he's international.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got to be international, man. You can't play him as an American. You can't. If he's healthy,
I'm just saying because he played for the USA team.
He did, but he's not in the All-Star game. He's not. He can't. You can't have him as an American. You can't.
You sure? I mean, on the grandest stage of them all, we had him as an American.
Well, true indeed. I mean, Dream also is known as the best international player ever. But what he played for Team USA.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
So no Embiid. So now Anthony Davis, if he's healthy, at your 5.
Good call, Kyle. Pascal Siakam.
Maybe a cat.
National team too. Yeah.
A cat or Anthony Davis. Okay.
Yeah.
Your 2, Anthony Edwards.
So Cat at the 5, AD at the 4 because he loves playing the 4. LeBron at the 3, Ant Edwards, and Steph Curry. There's your 5.
I like that. I like that. Jalen Brunson to have something to say about Steph, but he's not going to outshine that voting.
No. Not at all.
Outshine that voting.
Not at all.
Even though you're in New York and what you did this year, it's baby Jesus. That man's the Derek Jeter of the NBA, man. That man can't do no wrong. He can spit on a person in public. They'll be like he was blessing them. Right.
Yeah, for real.
Like, he was blessing them. Yeah, it was holy spit. Like it was.
So
Steph can't do no wrong. I swear to God.
Cat plays for DR in international competition, but I'm pretty sure that he would fall to the American side in this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you're saying though.
Because other than that, we'll be depleted on bigs. Because like, who's coming off of the bench for the NBA?
He says who's going to rebound and defend for Team USA?
Well, that's AD.
Yeah.
He can rebound and defend. Cat can rebound, just not defend.
Right.
And then now,
obviously, Ant can defend.
Yep.
And LeBron, when he feels like it, can still defend.
Yep.
Yeah. He's not going to
out of bio. That would be a good bench piece. No, Bam Adebayo. Power of
Aura. Oh, that is a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
That'll be a good one. He'll come off your bench though. I don't see him. He's not starting over Anthony
and he'll defend, and he will try to rebound. So
yeah. Now a lot of this is everybody. We're predicating everything off health. These guys are all healthy, right? You know, we know how injuries do happen,
right?
So give or take a couple of players. Dame Lillard towards Achilles, so he's not going to play. We already said Jason Tatum's not going to play. Trying to think, Donovan Mitchell. He just got NBA All-First team this year.
Yeah, big one.
So that's going to be a big one. Him, Jalen Brunson, probably coming off your bench, a 1-2 punch. Zion, I don't know, power of aura.
Nah. You know what sucks is that
John Morant. Jesus Christ.
I was about to say, if you have Steph providing health and he's the starting point guard, and Brunson coming off the bench, there's no room for Cade Cunningham.
Eesh.
I know. I really like Cade Cunningham. I'm sorry. I think he's so good.
You can move him to the 2.
Okay.
You could probably move him to the 2 because behind Anthony Edwards, who do you have as your guards coming off? Donovan Mitchell will probably come off the bench.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
He'll be the one. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell will come off your bench as a 2.
Right, so he will back up and Edwards.
Man out.
Yeah, so there's no room for Cade Cunningham. That's
who's coming off. Who's coming off the bench for Steph?
Jalen Brunson.
We should write this stuff down.
right.
Hey, we should. Hey, y'all, we're literally shooting from the hip.
Right.
When it comes to this, yes, Kyrie's gonna be out.
Yeah, Kyrie's gonna be hurt. He's still coming off the Achilles.
That's crazy. Everybody got the Achilles bug this year.
Yeah,
you got Steph, AE, Bron, AD, Cat. That's your starting lineup. Bench, Brunson, Donovan Mitchell. Jesus. Your 3, Jaylen Brown. I think that's where Brown will come in. Well, I think he'll be a solid off the bench 3 guard.
Yeah, small forward. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So Jaylen Brown.
Oh Jesus.
Bam Adebayo. I will put him in there as 4. Oh. Now you're 5. Who's left as an American? Gobert's all international.
Right.
You just said Joel Embiid. He may go international.
Yeah, he's.
But if he's not starting, he probably gonna go American. That might get his ego.
That kind of defeats the purpose of this whole thing, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mitchell Robinson's
not good. He's not gonna be.
He's not an all-star. No.
Oh shit, we did forget KD.
Oh,
Miles Turner. That's a good one.
Yeah. He was an all-star this year, right?
Yeah. Turner's coming off the bench. Now we gotta back up. KD. Okay. God damn it. Forgot about Kevin Durant.
So is he the backup?
And we don't have Devin Booker.
He's the start. Well, okay. So KD is the starting small forward, and that means Jaylen Brown is the backup small forward.
All right. So that pushes LeBron off the list. I think for international.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. Which we can't do because LeBron will get in there.
He's gonna get in there.
Yeah. Okay.
So now
I didn't realize that.
Cat to the bench. AD's gonna have to go to the 5 for KD to start. At the 4. Again. I said we're gonna have to put KD on the bench. AD's gonna have to move to the 5, and KD can slide in at the 4.
Okay. So then no Cat.
The NBA is gonna have their head honchos.
So no Cat. That's fine.
Yeah, Cat is gonna have to come off the bench.
No Cat.
No Cat at all.
I thought Miles Turner was the backup 5 man. You said move AD to the 5, KD at the 4, and Bron at the 3, right? And Edwards and Steph Curry. So if you do that, Cat got to disappear somewhere.
He's gonna have to go off. He's gonna be first off the bench.
I thought Miles Turner was gonna be the backup center on that team.
Well, where was you gonna put Cat? Is you gonna put Miles Turner over Cat now? You think Miles Turner's gonna outvote Cat? I don't think so. Not with that New York fan base.
Right.
I don't think so.
That's providing Cat is still in New York after this summer.
That's very true.
Yeah,
that's very
true.
He
wouldn't be if I was running the team.
Okay, so right now I'm gonna move AD to the 5.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna move AD to the 5. KD is gonna be playing your 4. For right now, I'm gonna put Cat as your starter. as your first coming off the bench.
Okay.
So now we got here's where it gets rough.
Okay.
Turner, he's 11. Ja Morant, he's out there. That's going to be tough, especially if he comes back and gets back on his game.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but Zion Williamson can. He's a possibility.
No.
Because I'm thinking injury now. So these are your first three that are coming off of like due to an injury, right? Chat, help us out. Devin Booker. He's an odd man out.
That's fine.
Kyrie Irving's hurt.
That's the thing. Kyrie is remember he tore his Achilles, so we don't have to worry about him.
Cade Cunningham.
But there's no room for Cade Cunningham, right?
No, this is your reserves. I'm on the reserves.
Right. So the backup point guard is going to be Jalen Brunson, right?
Correct. I got that down.
Okay. So where you put in Cunningham as a backup shooting guard?
No. I'm talking about. This list is separate. So we got the first five, and we already got the second five. That's solidified. I'm talking about the guys that can fill in if anybody gets hurt. Like guys that we're missing. Like, okay, these guys could surely be on the team,
right?
But they may be the odd man out. So this is my odd man out list. All right, I got Miles Turner, John Morant, Zion Williamson, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Banchero, who's elevating in Orlando. So you got Banchero.
Damn.
That's tough.
Banchero was an all-star this year. So
think
that if he's healthy, he wouldn't be one again.
Absolutely.
Yikes. Oh my gosh. This is
it's gonna be a tough. This gonna be tough, man. Because you know the NBA. In order for this to work, granted, I don't feel like they should. Steph, Bron, and KD are going to have to start. That's just a gimme, right? We can say we want about the old, but if you want this to work, you want the views and you want the clicks to everybody to see it. Now, how I see the coach of this team doing it, and we're going to get to the coach here in a minute. They can start, but then they come, they sit down very, very soon because we want to see the next development of everybody else. So Brunson, Jaylen Brown, those guys are going to come off the bench fairly quickly. Because the All-Star game, you're able to pick 12. You're able to pick 12 players. So out of that 6 that we named, that's going to be 2. That's going to be your reserve spots, and then you got the other guys is going to be the odd man out. Boy, that's tough.
Very tough.
That's tough. All right, so chat, hear me out. Hear us out. We got Steph Curry, and this is your starting 5 for the USA team. Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis. That's your starting 5. First up off the bench, we got Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, Bam Adebayo, Cat. That's your 5. The rest of this list are Evan Mobley.
Great call, Bruce. Thank you, man. Damn, right.
All right, this is the extra list. I'm gonna add him to the extras list.
Right.
Now, a lot of these guys, we know that these guys got awards, right? But we got to remember this is a fan voting event as well. So if they're not in a big market players, for example, we forgot to mention one of the best ones, freaking LaMelo Ball. He was number 1 in fan voting. So LaMelo Ball, got to add him to the list. He's gonna get votes, right? So
right.
Our reserves unit, we got Miles Turner, Ja Morant, Zion Williamson, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Paolo Banchero, Evan Mobley, LaMelo Ball.
That is super tough.
That's gonna be tough on the voting team. That's gonna.
Well, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that.
I am so glad. I'll be like, hey man, I need some of y'all to get hurt for 2 weeks. I need somebody to be hurt to make this a lot easier on me, man. Because we know the injury prone guys: Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Ja Morant, Zion Williamson, Devin Booker. Those are your 5 key. They always got some nagging, something probably going on that they can probably sit out, right? Who knows? LeBron James may pull some bullshit. Hey, I'm not playing, right? He may do the same thing he did last year. I'm not going to play. So that'll free up that spot, right? So that's still a tough list, man. No matter how you cut it. Chat, man, let us know if we missed anybody, by the way.
I just love the fact that at least we are getting the opportunity to do this because they've realized how bad, how down bad the NBA All-Star game has gotten. You know what I mean? So,
but it's exciting.
Yeah,
it's exciting because now for the voting team, it's tough. It's gonna be tough for the fans. It's like, damn. Like, like, man. So your 3 gimmies are gonna be at the top, right? But now the rest of you like, ooh, boy, who's hot right now and can get us and get us to the win? Because now you not only got to think of that, man. The international got them boys. They got some boys over there, and they got size, they got length, right? Yeah. Their bench is going to be featuring Şengün,
and they got a lot of defenders.
A lot of defenders. Frank Wagner, Lou Dort. Like they got some bruhs coming off their bench, right?
Yeah, they do.
That can really overseas guys. They gel very, very well together when it comes to international basketball because they pause, they fill each other out.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Hey, Transformer, Bruce got a good point. Where's what the hell?
Oh, see that shows you how hard this list is.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a hard list because right now he's upticking, so he's going to get some votes. So that's right. Haliburton,
no question. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun when that rolls around next year. Yeah, God, I just hope they don't do that tournament thing. I just want them to have the sense of urgency and make it one game. And, for bragging rights, at least for 1 year. Because I'm telling you, if you do it that way, guys are really going to compete, man. Yeah. The old guys, maybe not. But the young dudes are already going at each other, pause. So, like, you're definitely going to see the aggressiveness. Because, like, you can see it. Look at, Haliburton and SGA and Cade Cunningham and Jalen Brunson. Like, all these young cats.
Paolo Banchero. Let's not forget him.
Paolo Banchero. Right. And I'm just, saying it. But the young dudes, I don't know where the shift comes from, but there's a seemingly shift in their mentalities, all of them, and they want to go at guys. They don't want to be buddy, and I like it.
Yeah, I like it too, man. It's going to be solid, man. Derek White is not going to be an All-Star game, Bruce. Sorry.
No, he is not.
He's not,
and that's okay.
Great player, but he's not an All-Star. We're not looking for him at the All-Star game.
Wow, really, Laker Nation? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay.
See, he's feeding to the Steve agenda. Ooh, Trae Young, Bruce.
Oh,
fuck.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm leaving this to the voters.
For all them pretty numbers, Trae Young better start doing some winning, man. Something isn't right with him. I don't know what it is.
Trae Young. And what's that other guy he got over there?
Absolutely, Mr. Realist. Absolutely. Young dudes are.
What's his name?
They have the requisite aggression, and I like it. They're not trying to be buddy
this year. Trae Young's teammate. He was up and rising, but he got hurt. I forget his name. He got traded. He got traded there. Came from Indiana.
Came from Milwaukee, right?
Milwaukee. No, not Milwaukee. He didn't come from Milwaukee.
I thought there was a trade to Milwaukee that sent DeAndre Hunter up there. I can't remember who came back down though.
Yeah, it's not. But this guy didn't come from there. He came from somewhere else. Another small market team.
Okay.
Was it Indiana? No, it wasn't Indiana. Who was it? Y'all know who I'm talking. DeJounte Murray. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
DeJounte Murray was in New Orleans.
Yeah, you said Atlanta now? No. Did he?
Okay. I thought DeJounte Murray.
He's been in Atlanta. He just got hurt last year.
I thought he went from Atlanta to New Orleans.
Reverse.
Okay.
Yeah. Because New Orleans, I don't think nobody's left there but Zion.
I know, right?
Yeah, because Brandon Ingram is gone too. Oh, did he go to the Pels?
Yeah, he went to the Pelicans from Atlanta.
Okay, he went to the Pelicans. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I know he got hurt last year. That's why we didn't see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna open up this phone line, y'all, and we'll take a couple calls. We want to know from y'all, what do you think first and foremost? Not necessarily even just about the rosters, but what do you think about the idea of Team USA versus Team World? Do you think it's going to bring back the requisite competitiveness to the NBA All-Star game, or should the NBA just give it up and quit on it, like the NFL eventually had to do with the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, and one more question. For the international team, the coach has to be international as well. They can't be American.
Great point.
So all of these coaches, because I know y'all like, if they get Rick Carlisle or somebody, no, they're American. If we're gonna make this literally world versus USA, the coach has to be from overseas.
Right.
They can't be US born. So let's put that in perspective.
Right.
That's gonna matter. Because now it's like, ooh-wee. Like I can't get Mike Malone, I can't get Ty Lue, I can't get that. Nope. It has to be overseas. Steve Kerr. They had the first pick in the draft, Frenchman and Jalen Johnson. Who was that? Oh, he must be talking about something else.
Oh, okay. I was looking. What's going on, Chief? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing swell, my brother.
No
Shout
doubt.
out to my shipmate, the Twizzler.
What's happening?
Nah, man. My boy Charles Sabanzi, the Dreamers Pro, was like, that damn LeBron, if they played international, he'd get so embarrassed. Fucking the honey up with the team.
I haven't listened to any of his shows today. I can't
Oh, yeah,
wait.
he's funny.
He be having me rolling. Yeah.
He has me rolling. Yo. Man, do that. LeBron is losing against those international guys. Yo, that's what I'm telling you.
You dudes running up and down the hall, twerking, slapping each other with honey, knocking tables over.
Yes. Yo, I gotta educate the man. Nah, but the international,
yes,
they got him. You gotta look at the size, strength, playmaking, length. I just check all the boxes.
Yeah.
Most of our guys are small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Small guards. As far as the bigs and being skilled, we'd be in trouble. Now, the LeBron would be kind of good because it's a small one game and one game only. You know, he might get muster up one time, but it's just the overall roster, I think we might be in trouble. I mean, I think we'd have the shooting advantage, but rebounding and everything else, yeah, it'd be tough. But it would be good. But I think sometimes a good kick in the butt, it get us right back on the path, and I think that's what we need. We need this game.
Absolutely. Hold on, Chief. Want to give a quick shout out to our #1 channel member, Laker Nation. Appreciate the $10 super chat, not super chat.
Whoa!
Right, I went back in time on that one.
Got that super cat.
Yo, super cat was that dude. Anyway, Laker Nation says show is great. Keep it up, man. We really appreciate the super chat. Thank you for the love, Laker Nation. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, the coach. Yeah, I call him coach.
That's right, man.
Coach. He's coach. Yeah, and he got a great show with all the young folks on there, man. I'm learning a lot on the Be Ready podcast. Very educational.
Yeah, definitely letting the young cats get some love, and that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The young cats, not the super cats. The young cats.
Shout out to Steve. I'm with your idea. Let's have the WNBA versus the NBA best players. You know, one guy, but we don't know about Cat because Cat's kind of zesty. So
oh my goodness, boy, is he? Oh man.
Oh my God.
Yo.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah. But that's about all I gotta say right there, man.
I appreciate the call, Chief. Thank you, brother.
All right,
appreciate you.
All right.
Oh man, no doubt.
All right, Chief. Boy. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the worst. That is the freaking worst.
So you saw the one with Jeff Teague?
No.
It's Jeff Teague on his show. His podcast that he got with his brother.
Oh, the 520 or whatever that is. Yeah, his show's not bad.
He was, you could tell he was so mad when he did it.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, oh my God. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, why is he talking like that? He was like, I don't know and I don't like it.
Right.
Like it.
Yo, you know who has some zesty poses too? No bull, Donovan Mitchell.
I never noticed it.
I've seen some memes with him standing looking real. I'm like, yo, what is it with these young cats, man? Bad luck.
I don't know.
Yeah. What up, Bruce?
Hey, what's going on with y'all boys?
Maintaining, brother.
I want to say this, right?
Yes.
I'm leaving LeBron off this team, man.
Nah, you can't do that.
If you're talking, not gonna work.
If you're talking, you can't. If you're talking an NBA All-Star game,
he's not play anyway.
Well,
we know that he's not going to play.
Okay, this is what are we in the freaking? You know what? Are we in the Twilight Zone today? Y'all got me out here trying to defend LeBron. What is this?
I'm logging off.
No, Bruce, I disagree.
Man, on his last podcast on that soft shit. That's why.
Whatever,
Talking
man.
about, oh, they should give us a break before the playoff intensity heats up. Stop it, Bron.
Well, listen.
Man, Michael Jordan never came on no podcast and said no shit like that.
Agreed, and I don't agree with it, but at the end of the day, we still talking NBA All-Star Game. One NBA All-Star Game, the fans vote the starters, and you know there's a lot of people out there that love LeBron. Right?
No.
And
this game, if you're gonna listen, if you're gonna get close, we got to play hard, man. You know, the international team coming for our neck.
Oh, you already know.
They are.
You know that's in the Olympics. Every team that played us from overseas tried to. They wanted us bad. They played so hard.
Yes.
Blood, sweat, and tears. So LeBron get picked. We don't need that laid back. Oh, I'm the king. Oh, I can relax. No, you got to play, man.
Okay,
Baltimore.
Bruce. Hold on 1 second, Transform. Let me just say this, and then I got you, Bruce. I know this sounds funny coming from me, but I don't believe that in a situation like that LeBron is just going to be out there just, making motions. If he's out there playing for Team USA in an All-Star game situation, I think he's going to go hard. I really do. I can't.
And on top of that, Baltimore. On top of that, just real quick, Bron starting. Who's on the other side that's also starting?
What you mean?
Who's on the international team that's starting?
Right.
His teammate.
Oh, Luka.
Luka's on that team. So Luka's your teammate. You can't go out there and bullshit now.
No, you want to go at him.
Teammate.
That's a great point.
So that's why you need Bron to start, because you want the Lakers to be split.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest fan base, biggest team.
I don't mean to make. I'm not trying to make this positive, but LeBron puts me off with that.
No, we get it.
Talking about just because the intensity heats up, and what the hell is that?
What did you say? What did you say?
Listen, you know what it is? He getting to that billionaire. He had that billionaire state now. Like he ain't got that church. He ain't got that hunger. That church baby hunger in there. He ain't got that in him.
Right.
Talking about just because when the playoffs come, y'all need to give us a couple of weeks off before the man. Fuck that. Man, stop it, LeBron. I see why you don't like that guy now.
No, Bruce. In all seriousness, man, I do believe that in a situation like we're talking about, I think he would go hard, and I think he would try to lead the USA team.
Bro,
I do.
Be 41, bro. We're gonna be 41.
Okay, we get it. We get it, Baltimore.
Y'all keep talking about passing the mantle on to the future. See, y'all ain't got Hallie on the team. What the hell is going on? What he doing in the playoffs? I thought you had a clutch guy on that roster, whether he comes up the bench or Evan Mobley.
Baltimore,
somebody gonna be an all man out.
Baltimore, listen.
Let the younger guys play, man. Only older guy I see is Steph, because he transcended the modern game and he's a 3-ball guy. We need shooters. But we don't need LeBron on that team. But for us real shit, you know they're going to pick him. You're going to get them on
That's why we put him on the team.
Right.
You're not moving the needle with your new format without LeBron, Steph, and KD. They're your Olympic champions. If we're talking USA versus the world, they just won the Olympic gold.
Right.
That's the only way this can work. They're going to have, and then on top of that, we got to remember, this ain't just the league voting on this. The fans vote on this, and they're a huge part of it. Those guys are the 3 top marketed guys in the NBA.
Well, for as far as our big men, it got to be Evan Mobley, Miles Turner, and Bam or Chet, because the international team got the big guys: Sagoon, Jokic, Kessler, marketing, Wemby.
Oh, we forgot about Kessler and marketing. Thank you, Bruce.
Yes.
Damn.
Oh, marketing.
No, why is the international team so big? Pause. Whoa.
Sabonis. So the international team, they're gonna go in the box on us. They're
going right to the block for real.
I mean, we never did discuss the international team. To be fair, but
come on, man, they loaded. Sabonis, marketing, they loaded, man.
Yeah.
So what? Embiid gonna play with us with him?
I would think
he said
international.
Embiid going international.
I would think so, man.
I don't think so, because he won't start.
What we lacking like traditional big men, international, we forgot Rudy. But when we lack international big men, we got the guards and the forwards and the perimeter. Mm-hmm. They don't have no perimeter. Ain't that crazy? Who are they perimeter guys? OG Anunoby, Shea. Oh, yeah, they got some perimeter guys. Yes, they do. Luka, Jamal Murray.
Yeah, Jamal Murray, that's right. Guys. Yeah.
You know, you want to put Schroeder in there? I mean, you know.
Yeah, no, that's.
Schroeder be balling. Y'all be sleeping on Schroeder.
No, he can ball. Listen,
another guy for the American team be left off the list, even though he might not make it. Austin Reeves. The U.S. is loaded with guard, like, backcourt guys. We loaded.
Mm-hmm. We already got 2 on there. Austin won't make that list.
As far as the intensity of the game, I think it's going to be intense. I think they're really going to come to play because I know international comments. They try to knock the head down USA head off.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing I fear is LeBron. The young guys like Cunningham, Harry, Brunson, they gonna play hard. Only thing I fear is he pick somebody like LeBron. They was bull crapping in the game, man. We need to win this. But I don't mean to hold you out time up, bro, man. I appreciate y'all. How y'all boys feeling today?
Feeling good, man. Great. This next topic is about something.
Very blessed and thankful, man.
Hey, man. September can't come fast enough. Hey,
can't come fast enough, brother.
December, so you know I can't wait for that, Mr. Transformer.
No.
Hey, what BTA stand for, Transformer?
Belt the ass.
Boots to asses.
Some good WNBA games on tomorrow. And did they sign you? No, they know.
That No, I was going to say, Bruce, before you go, hold on, Bruce, before you go, you mentioned WNBA. That Aces Wings game should be good. Get a chance to see Paige Beckers and Asia Wilson. That's always a good thing, man. Woo, yeah.
Did he hang up already?
Did you hear me? No, he's still on. Did you hear me, Bruce? I think we lost him. Okay.
I think we lost him.
All right, but yeah, that was a good call from Bruce, man. Bruce got so much passion. I love it.
Yeah. I get it. I wouldn't want LeBron starting, right?
Yes.
Especially at 40, 41. He'll be about 41 by the time this game comes out.
But you can't do
it without him.
Thank you.
You can't do it without him. That's like if Jordan was still at the Wizards, you're putting Jordan in that starting lineup.
That's right.
Kobe, you're putting Kobe in that starting lineup. It's just the way it's going to work. They're like, dude, this guy was the face for decades. I mean, not decades, but a decade.
Right.
We can't do this without him, right? We need the viewership to be at its peak at the beginning. First 5 minutes, Bron's going to the bench. He's like, hey, sit me down, bro. Let these young bucks get in there.
I was saying, you mentioned the WNBA, and tomorrow we get an opportunity to see the Aces versus the Wings. So Asia Wilson and Paige Beckers, you know, two of the obviously we know Asia Wilson is the best player in the world, and then Paige Beckers she's going to be special in very short order. So I think that should be a pretty good matchup right there. I was just agreeing with you when you were talking about good WNBA tomorrow.
Yeah. And look up TJ McConnell's sister, Bruce.
Megan McConnell.
Megan McConnell.
Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, he not gonna be.
Oh, Steve, look up Megan McConnell. No, better yet, Sean, look up Megan McConnell.
Right.
Sean, like, whoa.
Nino, look up Megan McConnell.
Look at Megan McConnell.
Yo, you a damn fool, Transformer.
Oh boy.
Okay.
HBO, my boo.
There we go. All right, let's go ahead and take it to the final topic, y'all. Man, look, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us, man. We love doing this show, man. Man, this is great. All right. So as y'all can see by the thumbnail, there you go, Steve. Exactly.
Boy, Steve.
Exactly.
Steve, listen.
Yeah.
Shooting the club up. Don't have some mixed babies around this month. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
Chill. Patreon alert. All right, y'all. So unless you've been under a rock, you know that Aaron Rodgers has been the number one Basically, free agent.
Start off like that.
What?
Unless you've been under a rock.
Yeah, like you know that if you follow football, unless you've been under a rock, you know that Aaron Rodgers has been arguably the biggest like free agent quarterback name that's out there, right? Absolutely. And we've been kind of waiting to see where he would end up signing. And for the most part, we all assumed it was going to be Pittsburgh, but the other thought was that he was waiting to see if he could get in Minnesota, which coincidentally is so weird. That would have been him following Brett Favre to yet another spot. Right? But that didn't work out. So where were we? Yes. So Aaron Rodgers ends up now announcing that he's going to sign for 1 year with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Details of the contract haven't been announced yet, but before we got on, Transformer and I were talking about it, and we were speculating that these guys, Aaron Rodgers would probably have a pretty incentive-laden contract since it's only 1 year, and you're still not sure what he will be able to do. So it should be interesting. Give me your thoughts on this, Transformer, and then I'll give some of my thoughts.
My real thoughts or the thoughts about Pittsburgh? Which one?
Your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers going to Pittsburgh, what that means for him, what type of season he can have, what that means for the Steelers, what they can have.
So not my feelings. Got it. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. The Steelers. Who are you? Where's your balls?
Whoa.
Where's your balls, Pittsburgh? Y'all let this man have y'all on a string dangling for about what? 2 months? About a month, 2 months now? How long ago was Super Bowl? Super Bowl was what? February?
Yeah, February 13th, I believe.
February 13th. So since about March, April, you had this man dangling y'all on a string, keeping y'all on the edge right there, right? You ought to let Russell Wilson go to New York, right? So that ship is sailed.
Right.
You signed Mason Rudolph back. We know damn well you're not happy about
what?
That.
Right.
We know damn well you're not happy. You let this man, Aaron Rodgers, 2 years old, 41, 42, somewhere up there. He's past 40, right? String y'all along to finally do this.
Yes, that's
to
correct.
sign for 1 year. 1 year. You're not winning a Super Bowl. Sorry, Pittsburgh. You're not getting there. You're running to Baltimore, they're gonna smack you. You're running to Kansas City, they're gonna smack you. You might not even want to run to Cincinnati. They might smack you, right? Those teams are going to be the ones that are fighting for the top dog. Steelers, you're not. Sorry. Rodgers is past his prime, and you just traded away a weapon that he's surefire gonna need, along with DK Metcalf, and that's Pickens, right?
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. That was weird to me.
I get it. That was more of a locker room and coaching staff issue. It was a lot more not the on field, off the field stuff that got in the way. So I get it when you're looking at it from a franchise perspective. I get it.
Right.
But what difference is this team than the New York Jets? New York Jets had a defense before you got there. They had some weapons when you got there. They loaded up and yet had a losing season. What's the difference? Coach, maybe, right? Mike Tomlin.
Hall of Fame coach versus a rookie coach.
Hall of Fame coach, but legendary, right?
Yes, sir.
But you're not transcendent no more. You were all of that in a bag of chips in Green Bay. Were you able to lift us up with bad rosters, no first round picks as far as offensive weapons, no run game on defense? You carried us. You carried us for years in Green Bay. You're not doing that no more. We're not seeing the shell of Aaron Rodgers win a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And Pittsburgh to sit there and let him dangle them like that. Shame on you, Pittsburgh. You guys are historic, tough neck, hard nosed franchise.
Yes,
up there with the Baltimore Ravens, right? Yes. Like those cultures, those atmospheres that you don't touch, no matter how good you are. You don't come up in here and you don't mess with Baltimore's culture. That's their culture. You don't come into Pittsburgh. You don't mess with their culture. That's their culture. Green Bay. You don't come into their house and you don't change their culture. That's their culture. Those are the upper echelons of teams that have a culture that from top down.
That's right.
That's their culture. And you let that man just
and especially it would be one thing if we knew you were the old Aaron Rodgers, right? The 46 touchdowns and 4 interceptions type Aaron Rodgers, but you're not that anymore. Still very good, but you're not that. So like, yeah, but I think that also, I'm sorry, you were still talking. My bad. Go ahead, brother.
No. I was done.
Oh, okay. Now I was just going to say that unfortunately speaks to the level of desperation Pittsburgh has at the position, because I think they know that obviously they're an outstanding defensive team, right? They believe they're going to be able to run the football. They got, Warren, and then you were telling me earlier they drafted Caleb Johnson out of Iowa, really good pickup, value pick, who's going to be very solid. And again, I disagree, and this tells you he must have been a real problem in the locker room. Pickens, they had to get him up out there, but I would have kept him. And my thought was, you had Pickens, you traded for DK Metcalf, who's another diva type. But if you did that, then what you should have done is
Steve drug me. Yeah,
I know. See, stay out of the chat. Didn't that what you tell me all the time? Stay out of the chat.
Let me focus. No, I'm locked in.
If you had kept Pickens and DK Metcalf, one on each side, and then you had drafted like an Egbuka underneath in the slot, think about how dangerous that passing game becomes. And you can still get a running back later, and then you bring in Aaron Rodgers. Like, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not do that?
I don't know. What I want to say, man, is just it's steaming my Green Bayism from what Aaron Rodgers has been doing these last 3-4, give or take, years.
Mm-hmm.
But this, obviously, he's a bridge for your Pittsburgh franchise. I didn't see why. I thought the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to draft either Lou Dort. I
was like, huh?
Jackson Dart. I thought they were going to draft Jackson Dart or Shadur Sanders. I thought both quarterbacks was right there. They were right there on a silver platter.
Yep.
To be your next quarterback for the future. And y'all must see something else that's coming up in the draft next year, because Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph as the backup, good luck.
Right.
Baltimore is going to destroy y'all. The Kansas City is going to destroy y'all. Not going to do nothing offensively.
No,
you're not. Aaron Rodgers is now. Granted,
okay, wait a minute.
Let's talk that he just came off of the injury, and the second year is the best year. But we're talking about a 40-something-year-old guy.
Ooh.
So I got to see it to believe me. I have to see it to believe it. I have to see it to believe it.
Right. So the Jets were 5-12 last year, right? Aaron Rodgers, 3,900 passing yards, 6.7 yards per attempt. Not great, right? Here's the thing. Would you believe me if I told you he had more passing touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes last year? Sounds crazy, right?
Yeah, it does sound crazy.
But he did. He had 28 passing touchdowns. Mahomes had 26. They had the same number of interceptions. Mahomes had 15 more yards per game passing than Aaron Rodgers did. So let's say Aaron Rodgers is 100% healthy this year, and you got a little more of a run game, or maybe a similar run game, and an offensive line that can protect him. Do we not believe that he's capable of doing okay? That's the thing. Like,
I'm talking Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, but because the level, I think the problem is this: the level that Aaron Rodgers was once at, the level, Transformer.
Oh yeah,
he's not there anymore. And so when you are that great, but when you come down, you're just better than average, it makes you look worse because the fall was precipitous. You know what I mean? You were coming from such a high level that even though you're not bad, it looks bad because you weren't where you once were. And that's kind of how I think we're looking at Aaron Rodgers now, right? I mean, think about it. We look at Pat Mahomes last year. He made it to the Super Bowl, but we're saying, man, he must have had a down year, right? You know what I'm saying? But this is Pat Mahomes, just because the level that he was once at is like, okay, not quite the same in terms of what he's doing every year. So that's how we kind of got to look at it. And I think Aaron Rodgers can have a solid year. Now, again, he's in the nightmare division of the NFL, right? The NFC North is brutal too. But, he's in one of the nightmare divisions of the NFL. That's not going to help. But clearly he wanted to keep playing, and that's the only place where he had a decent chance that he could go. Yeah. So,
yeah. I get you, Steve, but we got to think Denver had some offensive weapons on that team. They had some great offensive weapons on that team. And their defense was the best in the league. right? Von Miller and them boys, they destroyed everything in front of them. Them boys borderline R-worded Cam Newton on the football field.
Right. Yeah, for real.
They got after him. You know what I mean?
By the way,
I don't see.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Patrick Mahomes threw for 132 more yards last year than Aaron Rodgers, right? And we think of Patrick Mahomes as being in the GOAT argument, and he probably is. But, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it looks a certain way based on what we have seen in the past from Aaron Rodgers, but he was, he was pretty much right there neck and neck with the guy that most people consider the best quarterback in the game today. Go ahead.
I get you looking at the overall.
Right.
But when it mattered, what did Pat do?
Mm-hmm.
Pat was that guy.
You got the job
First
done.
quarter, nah.
Yeah.
Second quarter,
right.
Nah. Third quarter, okay. But that fourth quarter, Pat was transcendent enough. I'm coming, and I'm here. We're going to win the game. But they damn near went undefeated last year. And every game was nip and tuck, but it got into that fourth quarter where you messing with the wrong guy. Pat not supposed to end with the ball in his hands. I didn't get that from Aaron Rodgers. It was plenty of series, and I watched Aaron Rodgers and the Jets a lot last year because it's Aaron Rodgers. Of course I did.
Right.
And it was just games where I'm like, God damn, Aaron, just get something. Get something. All right, get him to the fourth quarter at least, and make that transcendent type of pass or throw that I'm accustomed to seeing in Green Bay. He just wasn't mustering it up. When he got Devontae Adams, his numbers did an uptick. We forget that part as well. He got back familiar with his number one receiver back in Green Bay, and Devontae Adams, who I think is still a top 5 receiver in the league. And that's when everything went to an uptick. But still, it got to that fourth quarter, and he couldn't muster it up. Right. So that's the part that I'm looking at. We could do the numbers thing in comparison to Patrick Mahomes. But when Pat is in that fourth quarter, buckle up because he's coming. Right. Aaron Rodgers, to me, right now, he isn't that anymore. And then on top of that, we got to think Pat is familiar with his guys. Got Travis Kelce, got guys that's been on the roster. He's won championships with and stuff like that. And he's doing that. Aaron, you haven't played one snap with none of these dudes. It's June. It's June. You're not that great anymore to where you could just step in and just get familiar with the team. It don't work like that. So now the Steelers are behind the 8 ball, if you ask me.
Yes, they are.
They're behind it. So now I gotta make sure that Aaron Rodgers is familiar with the team, familiar with the players. We gotta go through practices. We gotta go through all that. That stuff is gonna count because now these games are truly gonna matter. The beginning of the season, we ain't got time to figure it out. We in the division with Baltimore. We know where they're going. We in the division with Cincinnati. We know where they're trying to go. They got offense. They got an elite level offense over there. So they're always in the mix. Cleveland is Cleveland. Sorry, Steve. Cleveland is Cleveland. You know what I mean? So we're already behind the 8 ball in our own division, let alone our conference is loaded with talent as far as teams. So to me, it's just why it's just not a good. It's just bad timing. If you would have did this earlier, I would have been like, okay. But the shit that he do with the Deland stuff and like it's just so aggravating to me, man. It really is. He's not who's a Cleveland fan? Who's a Cleveland fan? My bad, Steve. Who's a Cleveland fan?
And what's the deal with Cleveland? No, Steve is a Pittsburgh guy.
Is he a Pittsburgh guy?
Yeah, he's a Steelers fan.
Oh, that's why he's picking up for Aaron Rodgers. Man, your problem, not mine no more.
Yeah.
Who is it? Sneed? Is Sneed a Cleveland fan?
We have the Irish, brother. We have the Irish.
Is Sneed a Cleveland fan?
Sneed is a Cleveland fan.
There you go. That's what I'm thinking about. My bad, Steve.
Sneed is Cleveland. Nino is Pittsburgh. Edward is Pittsburgh. Steve is Pittsburgh.
Yeah. You're right. My bad, Steve. My apologies, bro. Go Terrible Towel. I used to be a good fan of the Steelers, man. Back in the Bumblebee days when you had all Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and Ben Roethlisberger. Boy, I could not turn the TV off if all 3 of them were playing.
Mr. Realist, I don't think anyone's talking about Aaron Rodgers. I think we are curious to know what type of level he can attain at this point in his career, especially, this is the second year back off that Achilles, and if he can help the Steelers have more success in the postseason, because getting there is not the issue. but I don't think they've won a postseason game since what, 2017? Something like that.
6 years, I think.
Oh, 6 years. Okay. It's been a long time. So that's the bigger problem. Nobody's taking a shot at Aaron Rodgers. We're not trying to do that.
And my shots
great to do this.
Yeah. And my shots are not about them being good. The Steelers are going to be good. I'm not going to say the Steelers are going to be terrible. That's not what I'm saying. Right? They've been good for 6 years and haven't done a thing.
Right.
That's the problem. I'm talking Super Bowl level because that's the Steelers' expectations at this point. Yeah. That's the standard. They're used to being in the title runs, right? That's where I'm judging my level of what this move is doing and what Aaron Rodgers is doing because I'm thinking Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers wants a Super Bowl. The Steelers want a Super Bowl. Yeah, they've made it to the playoffs.
Aaron wants to pull the Tom Brady and win a Super Bowl somewhere else.
Exactly. That's where I'm going. So my criticism is based off of where they want to go, not where they've been. They've been in the playoff hunt for 6-7 years straight. Just no success in the first round.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So the Steelers' last playoff win was January 15, 2017.
Oh, was it 17? So that's what?
Yeah. So y'all had it right, man. Y'all listen to me, man.
I think what I meant is that they probably made it in the playoffs. I don't know what I thought it was like.
No, it's all good. But the point is, to your point, I think it's in their last 6 appearances they haven't been able to win a playoff game. So
that's what I'm thinking about.
Because there's been times that they had a winning season or they had a 500 season but didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing why everybody's getting on Mike Tomlin. But if you give Mike Tomlin a proper quarterback situation, like they'd be okay. Yeah, we know Terry Bradshaw's still with us, Mr. Realist. That's how Chiefs talk. Now we know he's still with us.
Wagon.
He got one foot in the grave. That was terrible. I'm sorry.
That was horrible.
I'm sorry.
That was so fucking bad.
Oh, my bad, man. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh my God. Your Honor, we would like to have that stricken from the record.
Right. But no, this is going to be really interesting watching to see what Aaron Rodgers can do this season, man.
I'll be tuned in for sure.
Excited. But I'll tell you what, I know there's 2 games that he's going to get crippled, and we know what those games are.
Ooh, them Baltimore game.
Raven week. Yeah, we coming for him. We bringing the heat.
And they play Green Bay week 8, man. That's gonna be an exciting.
You know what I heard? The rumor is when the Steelers play the Ravens this year, I heard Bruce suiting up on the D line. He gonna go get him.
All right, Baltimore.
Go get him.
Go get him.
Yes.
Go get him. But I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. Oh, I need to look that up, Steve. Thank you for putting that in the chat.
Yeah, I saw it too. I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah. You know, we're not. If you tuned into the show, you'll see the comment. But if you're not, sorry to be you. But I'm curious to see because, like I said, he is past 40, right? He's coming off an Achilles, just the previous season. So they always say your second season is your better season, but more so to younger guys, younger players, right? You okay? Okay. Yes. Younger players, younger guys. So to me, I'm curious to see if he could take a step up from last year, but not just stats. Win in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers, win in the playoffs. I don't want to hear numbers, Steve. I don't care about his numbers. I don't care about the accolades during the regular season. Trust me, I know all about them. 4 MVPs for us. 5 years, he has the top touchdown to interception ratio with us. Five of the records are his. But he only got 1 Super Bowl. He's only been there once, right? So when it comes to the overall picture, I want to see him win in the playoffs and be in contention, make it to a conference finals, you know, or something like that. I need to see that. That's the Aaron Rodgers I want to see. That's what I'm criticizing. I'm not talking about him as a player. I'm talking about him as a winner.
I agree, man.
I digress.
No, I am with you. I agree. We're just
he ain't my main piece. Jordan Love, baby. Sorry to you.
Yeah, we're gonna see what he can do.
That's I was trying to get him out the door. I kicked Aaron Rodgers to the curb, Steve. I was ready to trade him the year prior to when we lost it to Detroit in the last game of the season. I'm on record for saying trade him, please. So please, he is not. I am not a jealous ex. I want that man gone. I want him gone. I kicked him to the curb.
Right. Nick, what's good, man? Haven't seen you in a while. That is our guy, Nick from Down Under. What's going on, Nick? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, we're getting Australia love today, man. That's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, that's our Australian boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's up, Nick?
Yeah.
What's going on, Nick?
Yeah, it's good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Nick.
No, Mr. Realist, you haven't been, I don't think you've been around the show that long. We are people who, while we value stats, we also value the context under which the stats are achieved. So we always try to be objective, but understand the nuance behind the numbers as well. I think that's super important. Yeah, man.
Just a comment of a message I read. That's just
okay. Oh, okay. That one. I got you.
Yep. You're tracking. You're back up to speed.
I'm tracking.
You're back up to speed, bro.
I am.
We sorry, y'all. We sorry.
Yeah,
we sorry.
A little behind the scenes joke.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh man, but yeah, I would love to hear a couple calls on this. Oh, here we go.
Already.
Bruce, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, you trying to be funny talking about you shoot up for the Ravens, man?
No, I'm not trying to be funny. I want you to go get him. Hell no, get on that D line and go get him. He's old. He can't get away from you.
Maybe 20 years ago, man. I'm still in love with bacon right now. Bacon is a wonderful thing in life, man.
Man, look, bacon is wonderful if it comes from a cow, man. I had some beef bacon this morning, man. It was delicious.
Man, 20 years ago, I'm like, I could have paid on the line. But anyway.
No doubt.
45 now, bro. My hamstring will go up on first play.
Believe me, I feel you, brother.
Hey, a tire gonna blow immediately.
Right?
Gonna blow.
Oh man, it'll be your hamstring. It'll be my back. Like as soon as I try to get off the line.
I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna have a great year this year. You know, he had that injury. Mm-hmm. Last year was an anomaly. He had 28 touchdowns now.
Mm-hmm.
It was an empty 28. It wasn't no contact to the 28. It didn't win them much games, but he did have 28. He did have a good TD in TD to interception ratio.
Yeah, 28 and 11. Mm-hmm.
You thought it was a little antsy. That's the year after that ACL. Always for all. Only player who I say came back with vengeance after ACL was AP. That's after what I've seen throughout history.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the ACL. We're talking about Achilles.
For 2000. He had an ACL tear. He come back next year and he show out.
That's right.
But you can tell Aaron was a little antsy in New York last year. You could tell he wasn't comfortable on that ankle, whatever. Yeah, he wasn't comfortable. I think Pittsburgh gonna be tougher than people think.
I agree.
Pittsburgh always tough though because of their culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's a culture thing,
yep.
And they play harder against certain teams such as us.
Yes, that's correct.
George Pickens gone. They got their parents out the locker room. Truthfully, man, I think DK Metcalf with Aaron Rodgers, with Fryer move. I'm not thinking the context of ball.
Yeah, of course.
As far as Aaron Rodgers, his position about himself is the man and his attitude. Yo, for real though, I kind of like AI. I like AI. I like his rebelliousness.
I see that's what you're about. I know you like that.
I like his. Well, everybody going right, I'm gonna go left.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna turn my nose up to the organization. I'm gonna come in the training camp late because
I don't like that.
Rodgers, motherfucker. I earned the cachet. Just like Rick James, bitch. I'm Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has that attitude like Rick James. Like I'm Aaron Rodgers.
So the only thing I would say about that, Bruce, if he was still in Green Bay, cool.
Yeah.
But you're with a new organization where you got to engender yourself with the culture, engender yourself with your teammates, make those connections, try to build chemistry. I don't think you should be doing that with a new organization. If you're in Green Bay, you've been in the same locker for, 15, 16 years. You've done all these legendary things. You've led them to a chip. You're the guy there. Then you can kind of have a little more room to move like that because you have developed that. Yeah, that's my thought.
We we didn't hear much news commotion from this off season. We didn't really do too much this off season though.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like how he goes on Pat McAfee and he speaks his mind. I just like how he speaks his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes Aaron Rodgers could be too honest on how he feels, and that could be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, saying certain shit you shouldn't say at certain times, but he's opposite of that. I think he's going to fall in line. With the respect you probably have for Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin don't do none of that.
We shall see. I think he's going to have a great year this year, truthfully. I'm sorry. We got another card obstacle, you know. Hey, Pittsburgh already give us problems with goddamn Kenny Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be tough because Aaron Rodgers. He still throws a great ball. Come on, I gave him grace for last year because he was antsy on that ACL. So,
it's Achilles.
Hey man, like, listen, when you got cachet and you got MVPs and you got a Super Bowl championship. I mean, even though that was damn near 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
15 to be exact.
Hey, I guess, certain things you could get away with. You see, Pittsburgh didn't draft Shador or any other young quarterback.
Yeah.
They actually waited on AR. Like, so they wanted him. They must still go this their guy. He still does a great ball. And now the Pittsburgh protects him.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out, MSL is going to be dangerous.
Absolutely.
I'm just talking as far as ball.
No, I got you.
Because it's Pittsburgh. I'm talking about the game of football.
No doubt.
I'm just calling it what it is. Shit, man. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. Other than that, no, man, I'm just still on my Friday. Hey, Bruce, you never played football?
Nah, I never played, man.
You never played Transformer?
Mm-mm. May look like I did, but I didn't.
I used to be super skinny, bros. No bull. When I graduated in high school, I was this height. I weighed 145 pounds. I was super skinny.
Oh, yeah? So Transformer, you ain't never played ball?
Mm-mm. Flag only.
You scared, motherfucker.
I'm not the guy that you see in them photos and videos. I was not that guy.
I can see you being free safety. I can see you landing a stick. I mean, pause, cracking somebody's cranium out there. I can see you. 80s rules though, 80s and 90s rules.
right.
However, when I was in high school, I was not the same guy you know now. I grew all that after in the military. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey man, I just can't wait. Hey, how many more months we got for September? Shit, man, I'm counting down.
I think it's like 94 days. I think.
But real quick before I get up, I'm not gonna hold y'all long. They saying LeJohntay Wester, everybody, all the Colorado boys balling out in OTAs. Even though everybody say OTAs don't count for anything, but at the same time, it counts for something for them.
Yeah, agreed.
For something for them, and they talk about Shador. They said Shador hasn't been taking first team reps, and that's a myth. He has taken first team reps. He's taking reps from all positions of the.
Shador's killing.
They killing. Yeah. LeJohntay Wester killing. Jimmy Horn, they raving about him. They raving about Shiloh. So these boys are out here playing with vengeance. So hopefully, man, these guys, hey, man, we ain't got long. Hey, Travis Hunter, balling. You look good at the cornerback position, but I can't wait. Y'all boys have a great Friday, bro.
No doubt, man. Thank you for the call, Bruce. I appreciate you, brother.
Always, brother.
All right.
Garland may be on the trade block. Growing belief that Darius Garland could be available under the right circumstances.
Oh, that could be interesting.
Could be.
That could be interesting. Edward, what's good, my man? What's good? Steeler fan, what's up?
Man, hey, yo, Kermit the Frog, chill.
What you man, you gonna stop with this Kermit, man? Nah, what's up, man? What you got?
Man, look, man, I listened to the whole segment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, look, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck, like I always do.
Mm-hmm.
You always do. For Mike Tomlin. It's always time for Mike Tomlin to go.
No, it's not. No, you're wrong.
Yeah, why Mike?
Bruce, no, bro, I'm tired of this one and done when we get in the playoffs. I'm tired of this 500 record. No, hey, come on now. I'm tired of it, man. I hate that we did not get a quarterback.
You think that's Mike Tomlin's fault?
No,
he's not a GM.
I do not want this to. Okay, I do not want this to mess up his career, man. Oh, come on, man. I mean, we always been okay. We're gonna be known. We're gonna be all right on the defense, but man, we ain't had a freaking good quarterback since Big Ben. Okay, we ain't have one since Big Ben. Okay, I'm look, no disrespect to A-Rod. A-Rod, he's one of the GOATs, one of the greatest of all time. But
right,
man, it's gonna be what he's gonna be 41 going on 42 this season.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I'm saying. I mean, okay, look, him and DK work out. Oh, okay, you want to look good for the gram on social media, that's fine, but bump all that, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what you're going to look like.
You cannot blame Mike Tomlin for what he hasn't been given.
No, I'm
this
not
dude is
blaming
making, he is turning sugar, what is the expression?
Bruce,
you know the expression.
Bruce, I'm not saying that. It's just that, man, I do not want him to go out like this, though. I'm tired of him.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
I do not want him to be like one and done and always have a good regular season. And then we get to the playoffs, bam, we out of there. I mean, hey, it's crazy. And then we got the Jets week 1, then we got to play those cheeseheads week 8. What are you laughing at, man?
I'm laughing at Transformer putting his Packers football in the camera.
Man, look, hey, yo. Man, yeah, man. So, did you even hear what Ryan Clark said?
No, what did he say?
He said the same thing, man. Like, we want him to go somewhere else, man. You know, don't do this. You know, don't do this to your career and everything like that, man. Like, he's too good for this organization. He's been treating us right and everything like that. He went to the Super Bowl. He won one. We lost that Super Bowl against that cheesehead that's on the phone, but hey, it's crazy. And
the only one that Aaron Rodgers had. What a coincidence that he came to y'all.
That's what I'm saying. All right, you came to us. I mean, you freaking 41, man. Oh man, yeah, man. But I see us being probably gonna be the third in the AFC North. It's gonna be the Ravens, the Bengals, then us, and the Browns.
Hey, works for me.
Again. Of course it works for you, Bruce.
Of course it works for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bruce, why you, hey, yo, bro, what's going on, bro?
What you mean? Well, I'm supposed to be rooting for the Steelers or something? Hey, get out of here, man.
You're supposed to stay quiet, bro. Everybody got to eat, see? Come on, man.
Nah, not the Steelers. They can't eat. That's like saying the Lakers got to eat. They can't eat either. Nope.
Oh, man, yeah, we got to eat. We be hungry.
Every
decade, we got to get one.
Man,
you want us to eat? Do you want the Celtics to eat?
I want you to die.
There you go. See? So it's all good.
I want the franchise to be sold off to a bunch of Arabians and they just take it overseas somewhere.
Damn.
Yeah.
Man,
get him out of here. Get the fucking leprechaun, Lucky, whatever his name is. Get him the fuck out of here. Just get him out of here.
Hey, you're gonna treat like how Kyrie Irving did, man.
Oh,
Stump on the Lucky and walk off. Right. Those folks to this day, they still hate Kyrie for that, man.
Nah, man, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. You know, and then I missed out when I watched that. I forgot to call in on it. About Jamal Murray, I think Jamal Murray should finally get a chance if the U.S. versus the world. What y'all think about that?
Jamal Murray?
Yeah, he ain't never been. He in the West. It's kind of hard.
No, he would get a slot on that. He would get a slot.
Yeah, he should. I think he deserves a slot. I think he deserves a chance. He absolutely deserves a chance. So. But, man, it's going to be tough, though. I mean, I would like for the format to go back to East versus West, but, man.
Nah, this is better. This is better.
Be better.
Look, if this can bring some real competition and, you know, and some heat back to the thing, then let's do it.
And I feel like now, like, the East-West stuff is dead. These guys are all friends, right? These guys are all buddy throughout the season, whatever. But international, there's something to prove because now all that talk, Luka Doncic, when he comes over here, he's like, oh man, I came over here and it was just easy. Jokic, he comes over here, well, it's just easier. Giannis, I mean, it's just slow pace. I can get through the lanes fast. Everything's easy. They've been saying all this stuff for years since they've been in the league. Now you go and play against them. The U.S. don't want to get slaughtered. They ain't trying to get blown out either.
Nah, that level of pride is going to kick in.
It's going to kick in, bro. They're not trying to get blown out on that stage. No, they're not. Because this ain't like the Olympics where it's all of us Americans and we can go, because now you got to play the internationals individually at their home countries, right? So it's a little different.
And speaking of that, man, what made you think that Cat was gonna play for the U.S.? You know, he's Dominican. He might be on the U.S. versus. He might be on the other side.
No, he's not playing international. He only. It's my opinion. I don't know this for sure, but it's my opinion that he played for the DR team because it was easier to make that team. Right? He probably wasn't going to make Team USA for the Olympics, so he's like, I'll go play for DR. You know, a lot of dudes do that, and so like for instance, if I was a hooper, right, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to make Team USA. Guess what? I'm going to play for the Guyanese national team, right? Both of my parents are from there. I'm going to play for them. You see what I'm saying?
But what if you was like that? I mean, like, I don't understand why they boo Joel Embiid.
Why what?
And then, like, I don't understand why they boo Joel Embiid when he went to the U.S. I'm like, man, what? Did Joe Dream? Did he get booed when he played for the U.S.?
No, not that I know of. But that was also, what was that, 96? So that's off of him being like the best player in the world for a couple of years. Like, clearly.
Yeah, but, you know, he didn't get booed. He didn't get that same treatment like Joel. But I get what you're saying about being the best player. But
Right.
Yeah, but all right, brothers, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Go Steelers, bro.
Black and yellow, sad, bro.
Speaking of black,
he sounds sad as hell, don't he? But that's okay. I love it when Steelers fans are sad. I love it.
Hey,
I like when Cowboy fans are sad.
Hey,
Hilarious, love you.
Speaking of black, speaking of black and yellow, man. Hey, yo, Transformer. I'm sorry, bro. I listened to that Carter. It's nah.
I'm sending you my update. Yeah, it's not. It's not good.
It's not, bro. That Carter. Nah, man. He need to let it go, man.
He need to do what Hov was doing. Just do features, bro. You're better at features.
Okay.
Let it go. Let the soft albums go. The production was whack. Everything was good.
Yeah, and Bruce, I get it when you and my brother talk when you said that Nas dropped that hip hop is dead and how he was talking about the South. So I get it.
Like now, he dropped hip hop is dead. What, 10 years ago?
No. You know, with Nas, Bruce know what I'm talking about. He had talked it up with my brother about what Nas. Yeah, but
God damn it.
Anyway, man.
Nah, hip hop is dead was 06. That album dropped when I got to Germany. Yeah, that was 2000 years ago. A long time ago. Yeah, wow. Yup.
Yeah. 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was over like 10 years ago. I'm like, damn, that shit like long time ago. How many dope albums came out since
that's what it was.
But yeah, you got anything else, Edward?
That's it, brothers, man. Y'all have a good night, bro.
Yeah, you sound sad, man. I like it.
Oh, terrible towel, man. Terrible towel.
Well, I'm gonna go cry in the car. All
right, brother.
All right, man. Water. Yellow water, I guess for you. Yellow water.
All right. Well, we're gonna leave it right there. Like I said, we love doing this with y'all. We love taking the time to get on the show and talk these topics and talk these sports. And thank you for being with us. Oh, we got one more. Steve, man, you so good.
I knew was coming. Like, bro, you're not finna get off here without Steve.
What you got, Steve?
Well, don't sound so disappointed. My goodness. I was going to let you get through this. You should already know you wasn't going to finish without talking to me.
Well, I knew it. Man.
What do you mean call suitor? I'm the grand finale.
Okay. All right. Suitor? That's fair. That's
the closer. He's the what the hell?
He's the Halley. Right.
This is what everybody waits for till the end. What do you mean?
Okay.
Call
that's
suitor?
Fair.
Yeah. What the Splendor?
Splendor Burton.
What up, Twizzler?
What's happening?
Steve Splendor Burton.
Tonight.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta wear Twizzler name proud. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, man, why you hating on Aaron Rodgers now he ain't with you anymore? All this coke you coming out here with shitting on Aaron Rodgers now. Oh, he's old. Like he ain't a ball spinner.
He is a ball spinner.
His whole career.
He is a ball spinner, but what has he done in the last 5 years? You tell me.
I mean, the guys were an MVP within the last 5 years.
And what happened when he did that?
I mean, they lost in the playoffs, but a lot of greats. I mean, here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
We've watched aging superstar quarterbacks move at an older age, like let's say after 36, 37 years old, and they've still been able to be playoff productive. This isn't me saying all Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not delusional. But
that's where I'm at, though.
Steelers are a perennial playoff team with an absolute shit show at quarterback the last 5 years and the last 7 years with Ben on his last leg. Yeah. And we still make the playoffs every year, and we're competitive within probably the toughest division in football. This is the best solution we've had at quarterback. Granted, he's older, but it's like this is the best solution we've had at quarterback since Big Ben in 2017, 2016?
Yeah, has it been that long?
I mean, let's be real. Tomlin's a good coach. We're always going to roll out a playoff competitive defense. That's just Pittsburgh DNA. That's always going to be. It might not be top 5 elite, but it's going to be a top 10 defense that is formidable to get you into a playoffs. Is that fair?
No. That's not what I'm arguing against. I mean, I'm not arguing at all.
Well, hold on. I'm just trying to state my argument. I heard your prattle. I know what you're saying. I know your take. I had to listen to it for 25 minutes. but what I'm saying is, Pittsburgh is a formidable playoff team with an absolute shit show at quarterback the last 5 to 6 years. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, we can't sit here and pretend DK Metcalf is some bum. Like, they got Pat Fowlerman is not some bum. Like, they drafted a rookie running back. Now we have to assume on that, but the kid was an absolute monster at Iowa. Like, I have
last year at Iowa, he turned out.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't bring in some talentless no-name guy. Like, this guy's done something and made a name for himself in college. And, like, let's be honest, like, you can find a good running back. It's not that imperative in today's. Like, it's big when you have a Saquon or someone or like Henry. But, I mean, you can find a formidable running back. Look what the Chiefs did with Pacheco. So it's like we can find somebody. But it's like we got Robert Woods, Calvin Austin. Like, there's guys on that roster. And to me, if they can keep Rodgers upright, the guy he's still a top 5 to 8 ball spinner in the NFL.
I agree.
I mean, and this is where I'd say, like, given the landscape of the last 5 years, if Pittsburgh has been making playoffs in a very difficult division with a shit show situation at quarterback, why would I think that this is like shame on Pittsburgh for doing it? Where else were you going to go?
Draft a quarterback.
Russell and Fields, and you obviously could see what was holding that team back. It was the quarterback play. So it's like, where else were you going to go get somebody with this defense that I'm not saying this is a Super Bowl decision, but it's like, what other option do you really have?
Okay,
if you draft somebody, you have to relearn everything. And let's be honest, they didn't have a high enough draft pick to go get somebody that you could just plug in and really turn the franchise over to.
No, that's not true.
Shedeur Sanders, they had both on the table.
They could have got Shedeur, and not just in the first round. They could have drafted him 4 more times.
Stop it. This Shedeur, listen, he's not bad, but come on.
All right.
Somebody you just turn the keys over to and get the franchise to right away.
He's going to be very good. Remember, I said it.
I mean, you can assume that, but I can say he's going to be very bad.
And that's fine.
Because we haven't seen it. So it's like that's just an anecdotal subjective.
Yeah. The beauty of sports is that we get to find out, right? We get to see.
Right. And that's not me saying Shedeur is going to be bad. I'm just using hypothetically. Like, it's easy to say that by rookie. My point being is, outside of Ward, and you having a top 5 pick, there was not a quarterback in this draft that was like, oh, this is a guy you have to go get. And I agree. Maybe Shedeur shouldn't have dropped to the 5th round, but I still don't look at him. I don't look at him as a guy that you say, oh, he's an automatic top 10 talent. Some people might believe that, but I would have to lean towards more evidence being on my side saying, if he was that guy, do I think the entire NFL is going to say, no, we're not going to take a franchise quarterback in the top 10 picks? That just doesn't happen.
Right.
I mean, it is a competitive league. Maybe they did send a message. I don't know. But it's like, odds are, you're never going to get 32 teams to all agree. It's like, oh, we're all just going to stand together and send a message against this guy and like not take a top 5, 10 talent quarterback. That just doesn't happen.
Right.
But anyway, back to Rodgers. I don't think this is like a Super Bowl thing, but do I think that Pittsburgh's going to drop off? No, I don't. I think they can still make the playoffs. If Rodgers is himself, I mean, They could win a playoff game. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I don't think Super Bowl's a reasonable expectation. But I can't sit here and listen to Twizzler say, shame on Pittsburgh for doing this. I mean, what else were you going to do?
No, shame on them for getting dragged along like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's shameful. Y'all are a proud franchise. You're a proud franchise. Y'all let this old dude just let y'all dang like, I don't know what I want to do yet. I may want to flirt with Minnesota. I may retire. I need to go smoke some more ayahuasca or whatever. Come on, bro. Steelers are better than that. The Steelers are better than that.
He's tripping on shrooms. Listen, I agree with you, but I don't think that's what we see at the surface level. Do I not think that Rodgers knew he was going to come and play? Do I think he probably knew? The Steelers probably knew this was a done deal. They just wanted to get through the draft, or maybe they would have drafted someone like Shador. Maybe they would have. They probably knew this was a done deal. He's older. He don't want to go to OTAs and shit like that.
Why not?
If you're in a new franchise, you can pretend that matters, but it doesn't. Let's be real. The guys have been in the league for 17 years. He knows how to play quarterback.
But he don't know nobody on that roster, though, Steve. You're in no position to make no mistakes.
That's not all
Y'all
that
can't
matters.
make mistakes in that conference, man. I mean, division. Y'all can't make mistakes.
Nope.
Y'all need to be borderline perfect for Pittsburgh. I mean, for Baltimore, for Cincinnati. Y'all got to be borderline perfect to win that division.
Perfect. We split with those teams every year with nobody at quarterback. You can tell me Aaron Rodgers is going to be some drop-off?
No, I'm not.
I'm
saying you're losing in the first round. If you play Baltimore again in the first round, you're getting cooked.
Playoffs, and we split with Baltimore now every year.
You get in the playoffs, you're getting cooked.
I'm just being honest here. Like, that's not a jab at Baltimore. Baltimore's a great team. Lamar's a great quarterback, but it's like that division is different. We split with the Bengals now with Joe Burrow, and we have no one at quarterback. We split with Baltimore now. So it's like we don't have to be perfect. We just have to get into the playoffs.
No, but we're talking about that's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
Win in the playoffs. And that's where he's coming up.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the regular season. The Steelers are a great regular season team.
Just on principle, I'm disagreeing with you, Twizzler. That's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say about
whatever comes
that.
out your mouth, I disagree with, and I identify as being the
Caitlin Clark is cute.
What?
Caitlin Clark cute.
Wait,
you disagree? You disagree? Caitlin Clark is cute. CC is cute.
Shut up, man.
Why you did Steve like that, man?
He said everything.
Hey, since you brought up my cat and Boo Boo Bear, I heard you talking the other day, and you were saying about what she's doing is sexy and all this jazz. Listen, you gotta chill with that. You gotta chill, bro.
What is not what she's doing is sexy, bro?
It is, but you can't be saying that shit, man. Trying to slide into my game, man. I know what you're doing.
I'm not, bro. I'm not.
I thought you called Beckers. Talk about Beckers. What she's doing is sexy. You gotta leave my girl be.
It is. I'm watching her tomorrow.
Paige is legit. Yeah.
I'm watching her tomorrow.
Has she been balling? I haven't watched her play yet.
Nah, she's real deal. Yeah. She's playing well.
I'll be honest. I don't really watch.
I
get all animated. I get all animated because Caitlin Clark's my Catholic Boo Boo Bear. But other than that, I really don't give a shit. I will be honest. Hey, McConnell's sister is fine though.
Woo!
She is gorgeous.
Woo! Boy, Steve, you hear me?
Oh,
you hear me? That's Patreon. Every time you say Megan McConnell, I'm like Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't want to go on too long because you guys are closing it out. I just wanted to disagree with Twizzler because that's what I do. I respect your opinions, though. They are valid, but mine are better. That's how I see it.
All love, Steve. All love, man. What the split?
Hey, likewise, fellas. Y'all stay blessed.
All right, man. You too,
brother. You too, brother.
All right. Bye.
All right. All right, y'all. So we are going to leave it right there. Another great call from Steve. Appreciate the love from you guys. Thanks so much for everything you do in the chat, man.
Appreciate that, big baby Christy.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Chrissy,
Thank you for the love. Thank you so much. We
working, we grinding.
That's what we do here. Format Podcast. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Absolutely.
All right, y'all. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to call it. Thank you again for being here. We appreciate it. We'll be back, inshallah. We'll be back Sunday morning. If there's any Muslims in the chat, I will just leave you with Eid Mubarak. Tomorrow is the Eid al-Adha, which is the second of our major holidays on the Islamic calendar. So if there's any Muslims, enjoy it, have fun with your families, and, try to do the right thing. All right. Absolutely. Y'all have a good one. And we out. Peace.
Peace to the Middle East. And back to